The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trapnerd Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Duke Clark. To the left of me, Harry.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, Harry. Joey Savs.
You guys had a good Christmas?
Joey Flat Tire Savs.
Wow. Put my business right out there, huh? Fuck it.
Yeah, how was your guys' Christmas, man?
It was good. I had a 7-Eleven hot dog for dinner.
Dude sent me what he was ordering.
Why, dude? You're a psychopath.
Oh, man.
I'll have to call the police.
That's what Santa brought me. I don't know.
Santa brought you his hot dog or his seven hot dog?
Pause,
Brought him
man.
a plate.
Yeah, that's
We know
crazy.
you ate good.
Yeah.
Now, honestly,
Your popsicle's hard.
No, my dad doesn't cook for Christmas. My aunt does. We actually didn't have any leftovers this year. Like
You guys just crushed
just
it?
leftover potatoes. That was about it. Yeah.
I had to tell you what went good with the 7-Eleven hot dog. Little potatoes.
You just told your family to fuck off so you could watch football or what?
My sister ended up getting sick, and
You didn't want it?
yeah, no, we just didn't end up doing anything.
What about you, dude?
Just went to my pops. He ordered us some Bob Evans.
This dude loves Bob Evans.
It's shit. Somebody got to keep him open.
Facts. We missed last. Everyone's getting sick. We missed last week because I was sick. Everyone's getting fucked. I luckily ain't get the 2 month shit, but everyone's getting these coughs that just don't go away for 2 months, and I still can't talk normal. But
Your shit's permanently damaged.
it probably is. Probably got cancer of the voice box or something. But what are you gonna do?
The voice box.
Anyway,
You called it the
it was a
voice
good Christmas weekend for everyone on the pod. Bills won, Packers won. They both struggle with teams they shouldn't struggle with, but at the end of the day, they got to win. Are you guys in the playoffs still?
No.
No.
We need the Seahawks. Well, we're
Didn't you guys win?
yeah. We need the Seahawks to lose a game. We need to beat the Vikings this week to get past them. And then I think the Saints have to lose a game. But we have the tiebreaker with them, so. I mean, it's a lot that's going to happen
That's
over the next
doable.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, everything that could happen right for the Bills, other than the Dolphins losing, did happen. Bengals lost. Houston lost. A couple other teams lost.
Put us right in the 6th seed.
So,
The
yeah,
Colts
Bills.
lost, Denver lost.
Bills were 10 seed. Oh, yeah, Denver too. Bills were 10 seed 3 weeks ago. They're 6 seed now. And if Baltimore can beat Miami and we went out, then be number 2 seed.
That's insane.
From going the 10 seed to the 2 seed in 4 or 5 weeks is pretty nuts. But it seemed like every week we needed teams to lose and they just kept winning. And luckily the last 2 weeks they finally started losing and the shit finally hit the fan.
Like I told you they would.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, except for the Browns,
The
man.
curse is
Yeah,
over.
the Browns are
yeah.
Flacco's playing really well.
Flacco looks like he's about to run it back.
We'll get to the Browns, but he's better than Watson ever was this year. He's the best quarterback they've had all year by
He's
far.
playing well.
But yeah, so the Bills they beat the Chargers, took a fucking game-winning field goal to get it done. But a win's a win. Just how bad the Chargers are. We turned the ball over 3 times. They turned the ball over 0 times, and we still beat them. But the Bills need to stop this, man.
Stop what?
Stop playing down to their competition.
It's annoying.
You can smack.
Just crush them and then.
Yeah, just get it.
That's
done.
what I've been saying all year. All year.
And I love Cook, and I've been preaching, give him the ball more, but he just fumbles in the fucking worst times. The Hardy fumble, it's all right, that's fucking Hardy.
No, Hardy shouldn't have the ball ever. Never.
Oh, as a
He should not have the
he's
ball.
an all-pro
Dude
kick
fumbles.
returner or something.
No.
No, that was
No.
He said no.
that was
He needs to go get his old name back. What was it?
Deontay Harris. Yeah. He was
really
way better.
was it really Harris?
Yeah. He go get his old name back and go back
Play
to
for
the
the Saints.
Saints. That's what he needs
I thought
to
it was.
do.
I knew he played for the Saints. I just thought it was always Hardy.
Let Leo catch them shits. Fuck it.
Leo played. He played better in his situations.
I
than,
bet him to get a touchdown. They gave him a couple tries though.
I think he looked better than Murray the past couple of weeks. Murray's just been getting smacked at the line, and Leo got some 5-yard first downs. And
You guys want to talk about Diggs, or are we just gonna skip that
yeah,
topic?
December Diggs is the fucking worst.
Brady
December,
don't mess with him.
October.
Joe Brady hates him.
He wasn't doing that with Dorsey either.
No, he was eating.
He was crushing.
He was
How long's
crushing.
Dorsey been calling?
He's
Hang on,
been
watch
this
though.
bad.
How long's he been calling?
Brady's been
He
what?
started
This
with
is
the Jets
4th
game.
weeks. Yeah,
All 4 games, Diggs been horrible.
Yeah, but all 4 before that, he's been horrible.
No,
yeah.
he has over 1,000 yards and 91 catches and has hardly done anything the last 4 weeks. If he played as well as he did in the first half the last 4 weeks, he'd be like on pace for 1,600 yards.
Then he's open for a nice long play, and Allen throws a duck for a pick. But when he throws it to Gabe Davis, they're just fucking rockets on the money. Like, it shit sucks. Like, what are you gonna do? They hate him.
I don't. But
They come out with a screen pass first play of the game to him. It's just a stupid play. Like, I don't know. He gets.
He hasn't had 100 yards since October 15th.
Yeah, what was his stats though? If he had 9 for 76 or some shit.
6 for 58 and a tutty.
So a good game.
Okay. 9 for 70.
Beautiful.
6 for 86 and a tutty.
Amazing game.
Okay. 3 for 34.
Who was that against?
Denver.
Tough game.
Then 4 for 27. He had 6 for 74 with
4 for 27 versus the Jets though. So he had 4 for 27, 6 for 74 and a touchdown, 4 for 24, 4 for 48, 5 for 29 under Brady. He had one good game.
But look at his games before that. Like it's like he hit a peak. Look.
Well, he did this last year too.
66, 100, 100, 100,
So he
100.
only had one bad game under Dorsey. Was the 3 for 34?
Which was what, the Jets game?
Mm-hmm. No, the Denver game.
Did he eat in the Jets game?
No, that was with Brady. Brady's first game.
No, I mean the first
game.
Jets game.
Yeah, 10 for 100 and a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, that was one good thing about Dorsey was he knew how to get.
He don't
the team
even
the ball.
decoy though. It's weird.
Well, he did decoy this week because Gabe Davis is out here. And
He didn't decoy though. Gabe Davis is just getting the passes.
It looked like a lot of plays like they didn't even look at Diggs. Like they were designed not even to go to him. Like it was weird. I don't know.
he had a really nice one-handed. Like, yeah, you just got to throw him the ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
He said he cared.
the thing he. I mean, it's not just Brady. There was like that stretch every game before this game, just dropping the ball more than once. Like,
Well, I wonder if a
but
lot of it has to do with
that take
Well,
away your trust.
I'm just thinking though, is it because maybe James Cook is the first read?
Cook didn't do anything in this game.
Yeah,
though.
but he looks to him first. I don't know.
I don't. I have no. Like,
Kincaid
I really.
hasn't done anything really with
No,
this new dude.
not at all.
No, well, no. Wasn't that when he broke out those first couple of games?
Was it? I don't know. The last couple
maybe.
weeks he did horrible.
Well, Knox is back, and they just want. Like, it's like, okay, we pay Knox, so we have to put him on the field. This shit is what annoys me. Like, I started Kincaid. He's one of the dudes who just.
Yeah, I did too. 1.7 he got.
Half the time he's not even on the field, and it's like they're still doing the 3 wide receiver thing with like Shakir getting a lot of snaps, and
I like that kid.
I like that. I like that too, but it should be 3 receivers in Kincaid, not 3 receivers in Knox. Like,
Knox should probably only be out there for like 2 tight end sets.
they should try to move him. I mean, I like Knox, and it'd be cool to have him as our second tight end who blocks and can also make some athletic plays here and there. But like, if you aren't gonna put him, if you can't put him and Kincaid on the field at the same time, which we've seen wasn't working out the best, then get his contract off the books. Go like trade him to a team that needs a tight end, because you drafted Kincaid in the first round.
Who would need him though?
If
And
you
he's
if
shown
you
that
like
he's worth
Knox
that
that
too.
much, yeah, he's had games where he'd look like a fucking zone killer.
He had a couple problems though. He didn't hold the ball a few times.
Yeah, but the one time was like unreal. He's like upside down, dude comes through and punches the ball. Like,
Yeah, it was a crazy play
It's
ever
like-
since he.
He's a rookie too, so
yeah, but like we've said, like James Cook, we just
probably the
all
plan.
last year we didn't use James Cook because he's a rookie, and then we finally use him this year. He's 3rd in the league in rushing yards. I would like to see what his carries, like who leads the league in carries, because there's no way he gets the ball more than a lot of guys he's beating in rushing yards. That's not even counting his receiving ability, but it's just like, oh, he's a rookie. Let's not use him. Same thing with, it's like you're going to draft a running back in the 2nd round. You're going to draft a tight end in the 1st round. It's like, oh, well, he's a rookie, so let's only use him here and there. No. Like, you see Detroit doing that? No, Laporta's having the best tight end rookie season almost of all
Laporte and
time.
Gibbs have like 20 touchdowns or
Yeah,
some shit.
Gibbs is touching, like, Gibbs is taking it. No other teams do. I don't understand
Is
the
Gibbs taking over
obsession
that
with us
backfield?
not using
Yeah, he took it
rookies.
over. That is his backfield.
Yeah, that's his team. It's not even his backfield. It's like golf. When I say throw the ball to me.
Gibbs is really good.
Gibbs, I guess, is better than Cook, but it's like, just if you're gonna
It's a
draft
different
these
scenario.
dudes for the reasons that you
No, I
draft them
agree.
that high, put them on the fucking
what was Cook
field.
though? He was a 3rd round,
2nd round.
2nd round.
Yeah, and we didn't even have a 1st round last. Oh no, yeah, we did.
did.
Yeah, we did.
We got
Who did we get in the 1st round last year?
Elam.
Wow, what a bust.
That just like killed my soul. I don't even want to talk about sports anymore.
Benford though looks good. We got him last year too.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the not playing these players or using them when you draft them that high. Talked about Bijan last week, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, the Bills struggled, but found a way to get it done. That's all that matters. On to the Patriots. Same thing. Shitty team. But they won. Like, they're playing better under Zappe. Don't fucking play down to your competition. Go out there, smack them in the face, and walk away with a win. But anyway, you want to talk more about the Packers, or talked a little bit about them?
Just fire Joe Barry.
Yeah, you're on that train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Screaming fire Joe Barry.
Yeah, I mean, when you let in a 3-week stretch, Tommy DeVito, who got benched yesterday because he sucks, Baker Mayfield, who is definitely playing well but have his best game of his career, and then Bryce Young, who literally looks like he don't belong in the NFL, throw for over 300 yards. 3 straight guys have a career game against your defense.
And who are people that probably
besides literally
Baker,
rookies and Baker's
who
been
couldn't
around,
keep a job.
And they're all looking amazing against you. Yeah, it's just not acceptable. I mean, even at the end of the game, we were up 3. They came back tied. They had to get a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, which they did because our defense sucks. Jordan Love marches down the field, game-winning kick, 13 seconds left, no timeouts. Immediately give up a 20-yard pass to the sidelines, which is no way should be allowed. You can't.
It's the one thing you're guarding against.
And then they get like a 30-yard pass right in field goal range, and luckily Bryce Young and them were too slow to spike the ball. They spiked the ball as the time ran out.
Wow.
Like, they were 100%.
They made a rookie mistake, or otherwise
they were 100% tying the game. So I'm happy with the win. Jordan Love looked great. Aaron Jones looked amazing. Love literally had a great game without Watson, without Jaden Reed. Dattavion Wicks got hurt at half. No Musgrave. Dude's got Bo Melton looking good. Like, Jordan Love is definitely the real deal, but the defense is horrible. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and with you guys fighting for the playoff spot now, that trade with like Rasul Douglas just looks bad. It's like your defense is struggling. Rasul Douglas is playing really well in Buffalo. Like, why would you give up a? If it would be one thing if you guys were a 4-win team, but like you're fighting for a playoff spot, why give up?
You guys
a
started
corner?
winning though after you traded them.
Yeah, that's what was weird is we went on a losing streak, and I think we thought we sucked real bad.
So you traded them,
and they ended up trading them. And the NFC obviously has a lot of 6- and 7-win teams, so I don't know. I think it was an all right move at the time, but yeah, it does suck now that if we didn't trade him, we'd probably be in the playoffs because he probably would have made a play or two in against the Giants.
He's like, I never like watched him because like I watched him, but I never being. Like,
you're not focusing on Douglas.
Yeah. But now watching him in Bills game, it's like, wow, that dude's really actually good.
Yeah, he makes a lot of good plays. So it definitely sucks. Jair and Eric Stokes came back, but they both looked kind of rusty. So we'll see. Obviously, they need a couple weeks.
Who you guys play this week?
We are at Minnesota
Vikings
on Sunday night.
No Jetta, no Addison, no Hawkinson.
Why is Jetta not playing?
Oh, no, I meant no Addison, no Hawkinson. My bad.
Oh, sick.
Jetta's playing. I'd have been sick, too.
I will say McDermott is like Belichick in the way that he makes corners look really fucking good. I mean, he made Josh Norman a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And then
Gilmore?
No, Norman.
Who did that?
McDermott.
Oh, I think you said Belichick.
Well, I say like Belichick because Belichick always makes cornerback look.
Oh, yeah.
Norman after that year has just been awful. He's on our practice squad now. I mean, White's been hurt for a lot of, but the first year with McDermott, White looked like
you can't
one
have
of
a
the best
dude like that
quarterbacks
start
in the
after what Henry did to him.
What?
You said you can't have a dude like.
Oh,
you can't have a guy like that start
yeah.
for you after watching a grown man did that to another grown man.
Yeah, like you guys don't have Milano and White, and your defense looks pretty much the same. Like it's your defense
it's weird.
is pretty great.
Bernard really stepped up.
Well, and no Hyde. We had no Hyde.
Yeah, Miller hasn't really played well
What?
at all.
He's been playing.
Really?
Oliver's been unreal, though. I said when we paid him, I was like, why did we pay him? He's been very average.
He's showing why he should get paid.
Yeah, he did the opposite of what most defensive tackles do. Like, growing up, Marcel Darius, Albert Hainsworth, these dudes would have, like, the greatest years of all time. They'd get a ton of money, and then no one would ever hear about him again. This dude did the opposite. He was, like, an underwhelming first-round pick, was, like, very average, gets paid, and now he's just killing. Yeah, he loves it. The past, like, 4 or 5 weeks, he's just been, like, in the backfield every play. Daquan Jones might come back, which is huge.
Can we get out of Von Miller's contract?
Nope.
Got to be a way.
2 years.
Playoff Von's coming.
I will recant every single thing I said about that man if he shows up in the playoffs.
But we've said this before. ACLs, you come back, you get accustomed to the
how
game.
How many games does he need?
It usually is a year. Barkley came back, was ass for a year. Now he's back to being one of the best running backs in the league. It's just that's how Hall can't consistently play good. He has a 40-point fantasy game, and then the next time he's got 30 yards. It usually takes and Miller's 35 years old, so Hopefully he comes back for the playoffs. In that worst case scenario, hopefully he's a decent player for the last 2 years.
The thing that bothers me about him, and I swear to you, I wouldn't care about him not making any plays if he was drawing more than one guy. That
he's
man
not
is
making
just
plays, so they're not going to draw him.
just like this on him, and he's like,
He's probably just saving it for the playoffs.
I hope so.
Hopefully he's just getting the rust knocked off him, but we'll see.
Man, he can't make a tackle. It's crazy. I've watched him miss mad tackles too. We lost a game because of him.
Yeah.
He couldn't tackle. I forgot who it was.
It was against Cincy when you guys could have got the ball
Mixon.
back.
Yeah, Mixon or somebody. He couldn't tackle anyone. He gets singular. Okay, let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on. All right. Another big game for us, Steelers-Bengals. Just run through that real quick. Mason Rudolph comes in. I only wanted to bring this up because fantasy purposes. This dude Pickens been ass. Been complete ass. I
You see what he did?
I play
He went like
Palmer.
this. He said, "Here y'all."
Yeah.
I play Palmer because Palmer's the only guy.
Josh Palmer?
Yeah, he still got 9 points, had a decent game. This dude Pickens, Mason Rudolph likes him more than Pickett or fucking Trubisky do. 4 fucking catches, 195 yards. 2
Rudolph looking like
touchdowns.
that's who the quarterback need to be right now.
He has better arm talent than the other two. He at least huck it chucks it, man. Like he at least puts that fucker up. He sucks. Don't get me wrong. Harry's smiling at me like I think Mason Rudolph's good. He's not good, but at least he fucking throws the ball.
He
Yeah,
might
he
be
played
better.
well.
He's definitely better than Trubisky.
At least he is like fuck it. There's someone down there and throws it.
I still
Like,
think of that meme. Trubisky said, when it said Trubisky said, he said, "I'll show you why I was drafted before."
So that they smacked the shit out of the Bengals, which is good
Bengals
for
magic's
us.
over. They had fun.
Yeah,
Brown says, "You don't ever fucking cut me" or whatever. Remember last week?
Got
Yeah.
smacked.
Then he just did nothing.
got annihilated. Jets were beating the shit out of the Commanders. Commanders came back, but the Jets held
The
on.
Commanders took the lead too.
Yeah.
Did they?
Jets went down and threw Brees Hall like 4 or 5 more passes and got in field goal range. Dude, I see this stat. It's like most games of 95 rushing and receiving yards for a running back or probably any player because receivers don't rush for that many yards. It was like Walter Payton or somebody did it 3 or 4 times. This guy did it twice, and Brees Hall's already done it twice.
Oh my
It's
god.
nuts. It's just a crazy stat that he has already.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Like next year.
He put me right on this 10-man. If he would only scored like 30 or 31, which is still a pretty big, nice game, I would have won.
So for
just
dynasty
couldn't stop.
purposes, him or Puka?
Puka.
Still.
Dude, Puka is
Dude, look what he
crazy.
Puka
does.
is good. I know.
Like,
but
Brees Hall got 40. Puka was like, what's good? I got 33 for you.
I know, but I think Brees next year is going to be like a top 5. I think
He
he's
will.
top 5
Brees,
running back.
Brees
next
for
year.
probably 5 or 6 years will consistently beat Puka, but Puka's going to be good and then have, I'm assuming, more years of his prime.
Yeah, but realistically, I mean, we're crazy, so our dynasties will probably last.
Yeah.
But like realistically, like 6 years, are you going to wait 6 years for like the return on investment for Puka to
Well,
be better
he's
than
still
Brees?
going to be able to possibly beat him,
Yeah.
and he's going to compete with him. Like, you're not going to really lose anything for those 6 years or whatever, or maybe sooner, or then he's just going to beat him now and later. But then he
That trade was still good
and he
to
got
me.
something
I
else, right?
love Brees, man.
Didn't that person get something else?
I think it was Brees and a third for Puka. I think that's what it ended up being.
Also, he gave up more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either way, like, yeah, I mean, definitely when Rodgers comes back, Brees Hall will probably be a first-round pick, but I mean,
And he's,
Puka's
like,
going to be
fully
like a
healthy.
fourth-round pick. He
Puka
take
might be
over for
higher
Koopa. Or Koopa. I put them together. Cooper Cup.
He might.
I think he already has.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You think he's gonna be a 4th round pick, Puka?
That's where I would guess right off the top of my head. Might be higher, though.
I'm just thinking of like what dudes like Olave jumped right to a 2nd round pick. Waddle.
Yeah, Wilson before Rodgers went down was already number 2 pick.
Yeah, I mean,
Not number 2, but round
Yeah,
He's
2.
probably gonna be a 2nd or 3rd
he
pick.
really
bro.
might be.
'Cause,
Which would actually make my argument even better for that, but yeah.
I agree.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy next year because it's changed. It's completely
Oh, yeah.
changed. Like everyone in here was very like 0 running back.
Oh, you
Devontae
have
Adams-
to go running
Devontae
back.
Adams won't
You
be
have to.
drafted by me unless it's like the 5th or 6th round.
I wasn't.
But
gonna,
how many wide receivers are there now? There's so many receivers who are gonna get you numbers.
This dude want to go to Vegas so bad. Could be with Jordan Love right now, sitting there with Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Could have had another year with Rodgers, and
The
then
only response he can say to me right now is like, "Oh, I'm rich and you're not." I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right, but still."
Yeah, you're right, but hey.
you only got 6 more yards than me in a football.
Yeah, you got 1 for 4, bud. Sit there with your 1 for 4.
Fucking ridiculous. Lions get back on track, beat the Vikings 30-24, and then biggest game of the week that wasn't the Bills game for the Bills probably was the Browns and Texans. Texans lose.
Yeah, Flacco just
Flacco
carved
City
their
Bird
shit.
game, man. Almost.
Amari Cooper.
I almost won a fantasy matchup where I had.
Amari Cooper did so much for me.
This dude Ken, you know how Njoku got burnt in his kitchen or whatever? Did you hear about that a couple weeks ago?
No.
He had like a accident in the kitchen and he had like some crazy burns on him. He still played, which is just
Wasn't
crazy.
that the week he got like?
He went crazy, and since then Ken said burnt Njoku is different. I don't know why this shit had me cracking up because
like a Dragon Ball
deadass
Z
he
character.
sucked, and ever since he got burned, he just been crushing these dudes. Like even
He's
last
like,
week,
my career was almost over. What if it went to my hands?
Yeah, he's nice.
And you like he found God.
I can't believe he just played football with all these burns and shit. Though. You know how tough you got to be to do that shit?
That shit would hurt.
Hell yeah, that shit's nuts. He said burn Njoku is different.
I'm like thinking about falling into the grass with burns on my arms and shit. That shit would hurt.
Hell yeah.
Bro,
Mad uncomfortable.
I wish
just
the
was
Browns
loving
could bring Flacco back next year because I would draft Amari Cooper in the first round. This dude, Flacco,
He
just
might be better than Watson.
he's way better than this year. The
year.
Browns got better when Watson got hurt and Flacco joined the team. Like the Browns have never been as good as they are right now. I mean, their defense is fallen off, so I guess I can't say that. Like they were like the best defense in the league the first half of the season, and then they're just not the best right now. But dude, Flacco still has one of the best deep balls in football. His arm looks just as good as it did when he was 30.
And now he's eating.
He just throws it to Cooper every play unless someone's open. Like he's just the fucking best, dude. Like,
This, I'm telling you though, I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, Amari Cooper and Breece Hall are not doing shit Thursday. They play each other. It's going to be a horrible game.
yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
Breece Hall's getting like 12 yards. Cooper's going to finish like 4 for 40 or some shit.
I'm
gonna be a
starting him,
defensive
though.
game.
You got to start him. Like, I'm starting him too, but it's I already know how that shit's going to go. They're not doing shit.
I had him in every single semis I was in. Amari
That's what
Cooper.
dreams are made out of.
That
I had
is.
Devontae
I
Adams
lost.
and
I
Diggs.
lost one of them though.
I'll never
DJ
forget
Moore,
losing the
Pollard,
Yeah,
Mahomes.
Fuck Pollard, dude. Pollard,
Hey,
Hawkinson.
you had it rough, buddy.
Pollard can die. Sorry.
Yeah,
He sent me.
he's
He
a good
sent me
guy,
to
Riley.
the top 300 though of that best ball.
Oh, yeah, that's fire.
Yeah,
Why?
playing for 150,000 now this week.
Pollard? You're talking about Cooper?
Cooper.
Yeah, I was like, what, there's no
What
way.
Pollard do?
Pollard had 4 points.
At first, I thought you were talking about Pollard, too. I figured he was facing him or something.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
I got 5.6 points between Cortland Sutton, Devontae Adams.
At least
and Tony
Sutton got
Pollard.
hurt, though.
I'll never draft a Denver player again.
Yeah,
No,
Denver's-
Sutton's that dude, though. He gets
I'm
15
good,
points
though.
every
He does,
week.
but
I'm
the way he
good,
gets
though.
it annoys me. He has to catch a one-handed ball over 5 guys in the end of the game.
And then look what happens. So
trade
then he gets a
funds.
0 because Russ don't want to.
No, he got hurt.
He got hurt.
Sutton got hurt, yeah. But literally, like, I don't know if you guys watched that game because it was horrible, but I just sat
No.
there and watched it. But they're literally down 2 scores, and they're running out of an I formation. Still handing the ball or doing a little play action to the fullback. It's like, dude, you're down 2 scores. You're not tricking us. Do that. We want you to do a play action and throw it to this tight end.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. The crowd was booing him and shit. I felt bad. People probably took their kids for Christmas to that game. That shit was nuts. Then they magically come back and still lost. I was telling like Tyler and Aaron, like New England meant to do this. Like they played well. Now they're just losing on purpose. And then they still won. That kid who can't kick just kicks a 50-something yard field goal. Like, what's going on? Like, who
that
sucks
dude's
more,
missed-
Denver for losing or New England for winning?
New England for winning.
Which is so stupid.
They're pulling. They're not that Trevor
That's
Lawrence
what they
looks
said.
good, but they're pulling a jet.
Yeah.
Like they're pulling like.
And Trevor
they're-
Lawrence still looks way better than Wilson. That's how
Yeah,
drastic that doing that can be.
They're missing out on 2 arguably generational talents. Like they're gonna have to trade with Arizona to get
2
that
top
pick.
10 scout or prospects. Remember when you were showing me?
Yeah.
Like the top 10 quarterbacks over the last 10 years.
Oh,
and
yeah,
May
yeah.
and Williams were both on the list.
Yeah.
They were
So
at the
it's
top
like-
of the list.
Yeah, Williams was 1 and May was up there. He
Oh,
was-
May. He was like 5.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought we were talking about Marvin Harrison because he was also number 1.
Yeah.
Dude, like they're gonna the Patriots if they want to get either of those dudes, they're gonna have to trade with
Well,
the
who is it
Cardinals.
right now? So it's the Bears,
The Cardinals.
and then who was third? The Giants?
It was the Patriots. Now it's the Commanders.
Commanders?
Commanders. I
Damn,
mean,
Howell's
Commanders are
done.
taking a quarterback, too,
Yeah.
because, like, as good as a seasons Howell's had, he's looked horrible the last
Past
2
couple
weeks, and it
weeks.
sucks
And
for
it's
him.
and a lot of his stats come from garbage time.
Yeah, so
Not
it's like
that
they're probably going to take
they wanna-
if they can.
they want a quarterback that's gonna put those stats up and winning.
And Sam Howell went to UNC, so if they like something about those quarterbacks, they're taking Drake May. They're like, all right, Sam Howell didn't work. We'll take the better UNC quarterback.
yeah, you gotta you don't pass on. You might consider it for a guy like
I was reading
Fields.
reports
you don't
that-
pass on anything for
I was
Howell. You can
Right.
trade Howell. Howell will be a good backup if one of them goes down. If for some reason you think there's some mechanics issues with May and you want to sit him for half a year, Howell's fine. Like, but you can't pass up on a quarterback for Sam Howell.
Yeah.
It's not like you drafted Bryce Young or fucking Stroud and
They're done.
You got
Carolina.
Yeah, they're the
We
worst.
might have sparked Bryce Young's career though.
Or
You
you
get a
you guys gave him a good game.
You get him a performance like that though, it could change his confidence.
Who they play this week?
Jacksonville, who's also been struggling.
Jacksonville can't. They suck.
The AFC South just doesn't want it. Like all those teams have just
don't.
keep losing.
Houston would have got
At
the
least Houston
division.
has an
Well,
excuse.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud.
Tank
Yeah,
Dell.
yeah.
Yeah, Houston has an
Collins
excuse.
is still
Collins
hobbled.
is hurt, yeah.
But yeah. So moving on, Seahawks get it together, beat the Titans.
Stupid comeback at the end.
Yeah.
Titans blow it.
Bad-
Seahawks should have lost the
bad for
last
you.
2 weeks. They just like, oh, we're gonna beat the Eagles. Fucking
Who was
Drew
it?
Lock.
Was it Geno Smith?
This time it was Geno. Yeah, it's stupid.
I hate that dude. I think. I do.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that I don't want players from. Seattle, Tennessee. I'm just all
Atlanta.
set.
Yeah,
I'm
taking
good
a
on
quarterback.
Jags. I'm good on Denver.
I still see. I'm weird. I
Saints.
still think I see so much potential in Jacksonville.
I'd rather have though
If they get it
Trevor
together.
Lawrence than
Like
if
ETN was
I'm not-
crushing. I don't know what's been going on the last
maybe
couple weeks.
ETN. But dude, the receivers like he wants to throw to like Parker Washington and then
Evan
like
Ingram's had a huge year. He's
Elijah
almost got
Moore
100
or whatever.
catches.
What's that dude's name? It's like Eric
Elijah
Moore, Wwilson.
Washington or something. Yeah, who was it?
Washington's Parker.
Parker Washington, Elijah this,
Elijah- yeah,
something
who is that dude?
strange. Oh, fucking, yo, I'm so sick of that motherfuckers, man.
Trevor Lawrence just is never going to be the guy who feeds his number one. Like,
He's
you,
Russ.
You always
He's
want,
Russ.
It's just stupid when they don't.
You
I don't mind it
always-
when you're winning. When you're winning, do whatever's working. But when you're losing, you got to just start forcing the ball. To the
Look
number
what
one.
There's guys
Hurts
who's-
does. He gets the ball to AJ
Elijah
Brown.
Cooks. That's what
Elijah
it was.
Cooks. I knew it was some shit like that.
Like guys like the guys I've
look at the receiver. Hang on, my bad. Go look at who caught the ball in this game.
really a good game.
It ended up looking bad though.
Jones, Agnew. I mean,
By the end of it, Ingram
But-
had 10
but
for
at
95
halftime-
and Ridley had 6 for 90 and 2 touchdowns. But I do know what he's saying.
My team my team in the
go look at the
dynasties
last game. Please.
finally doing good.
That shit is so annoying, man.
You want to target Kirk Cousins receivers, Jameis Winston's receivers, fucking Hurts
just shitty.
receivers.
Like Pharrell,
Luke Farrell or whatever his name
Farrell.
is. Yeah.
T. Jones. Like who is that?
Tyus just
No, yeah,
Tyus
Zay
Jones?
Zay Jones.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
This week it was T. Jones.
There was a
though.
T. Jones. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Lawrence has been a huge letdown. Jacksonville's been a huge letdown. I thought they.
they look like a fucking Super Bowl contender week 8, and then they just been ass.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They were the 1 seed not too long ago. I know Lawrence has been battling injuries, but he's just playing like a goofball.
He's moving too much for me to say. If he was like not being able to move in the pocket like Burrow was the first couple weeks, I would say that. But like if you watch that game, he was running around. It's not like your ankle sprain is making it so you can't move.
Yeah, I don't know
over.
what's wrong with him.
So-
now he's questionable again with a shoulder sprain.
Maybe his
He-
shoulder's
he
been
got
hurt the whole
in that
time.
game.
Yeah, throwing a touchdown to Ridley and beat me in Dorigo's league.
I don't know. But another team that doesn't make sense this year, the Falcons.
At least the Falcons suck, though. They might have a plan that we don't
I
know
think
about.
it's the
But
coach.
they won 29-10 against the Colts, who have been like
Oh, yeah, they
winning
did win.
games.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what
and,
they're doing.
like, they-
actually.
they
For some reason, I forgot.
Go look
that
at who
they
the
won.
quarterback was though.
Heineke. That's
That
why-
dude
it
Ritter
is.
sucks.
Yeah, Ritter.
That dude, he fucking. Listen to me.
Bijan Robinson. After this, I wanted. So Bijan Robinson, I have him. The only place I have him is dynasties, right? He did play well for me in the league. I'm winning the championship, but I lose to Donnie, who's going to the championship in our league. I lose to Donnie
Who's
by
he playing?
8 points. Jordan. I lose to Donnie by 8 points. Bijan Robinson had 0.4 points. He averages 15 points.
Not even hurt
It's
or
the
nothing.
This
coach.
week-
It's the coach.
No.
man.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense because this
Oh,
week,
it's Ritter then.
This week, 12 carries, 72 yards, 7 catches, 50 yards. He couldn't have ran one time. If he
He's
got
done
me
that a
these
couple
catches-
times this year,
If
man.
he got me these catches for these yards, I'm in the championship right now. I outscored everyone this week in my dynasty. It's unreal, bro. Fire Arthur Smith and fucking please trade for Justin Fields. Or anyone.
They probably got a plan, though, man.
Fuck,
What's
their
the plan?
I don't know. Probably saving Bijan. They don't want a
Yeah,
lot of
that's what I
miles
was
on his
thinking,
body
too.
or
That's
something.
what I was thinking
They've
that,
even
too.
started bringing in. Not only did they
They
have
could make the
Bijan and
playoffs,
Algier,
though.
though. Not only did they have them two, but they were like fucking get Patterson in the
back
mix
in. I
and
seen
save,
that.
Maybe save Miles on Algier too. Like I don't know. They can make the playoffs, but maybe that they don't care about that shit. They're probably like, yo, the NFC South sucks.
If they were
Let's
smart,
let
though,
Baker
they should
grab a title real quick.
they should have tanked and like went for one of these quarterbacks. They would have been nice with one of these dudes,
They can still probably get some dudes though.
like Penix.
Penix, Quinn Ewers, or
Oh yeah,
Daniels.
Ewers.
oh yeah, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. That,
Daniels
matter
might
of
cook
fact,
shit.
if Jaden Daniels go to the
Falcons?
Falcons,
I won't take none of their players. 'Cause he'll be
Number
running
one
dirt.
overall.
Then you got to worry about he fakes it to Bijan and runs it in
Yeah.
himself. I hate that shit. I'll just take him.
I don't know
That's
how
what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
about Jaden Daniels as a pro, man.
He's going to be
be
good
nice.
for fantasy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be good for London and Bijan, but himself, I think he's going to be really good.
He reminds me of Fields of like just bails immediately, like if there's any pressure, he does. But whatever, different conversation.
Yeah,
for
we'll
a different
definitely be
day.
getting into that.
Yeah. So Falcons win.
The Bulls started today, right?
Huh?
All the bowl games they've been
Yeah.
starting,
Oh,
but
did they?
they start to get better now.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to just be Eastern Michigan, South Alabama. Did you guys see what happened in that game?
No.
South Alabama beat them like 59-10, and after the game, they're like South Alabama and their players were doing their anthem, and Eastern Michigan player came running back on the field, sucker punches one of the dudes, and then like South Alabama starts beating his ass, and the rest of Eastern Michigan comes back from the locker room and shit. It was
They
crazy,
brawl?
dude. Yeah,
That's fire.
but
I
they,
did see Air Force beat JMU. JMU had a perfect record for a lot of the season.
but I'm pretty sure like one of the things that ruined bowl season was like James Madison's quarterback, coach, and some other people are all gone. Like the one dude got a job, the one dude entered the transfer portal.
So funny.
Like James Madison would have probably dog walked Air Force.
I don't like that about the bowl games. Most of the dudes are just
Florida
gone.
State, all their players opted out, which I told you. They
I thought
would.
the whole team just was. Oh yeah.
Like the top defensive end, their top
I thought
receiver.
the whole team was like, we're not playing or something.
Now they're still gonna play.
Why do
They'll
we
lose
even
too much
care
money.
about college football, dude? Like I guess it's gonna be cool when the championship comes around, but like you watch this games all year, and it's like then the bowl season means nothing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so-
It's like who really cares who wins? Like the one bowl was the Cheez-It Bowl. Like who cares? You know.
Even if you went to that school, if you went to JMU, it's like I watched this whole season, I supported this whole season just for these kids to just.
Well, it's their first. At least for them, it was their first ever bowl game.
That was their first ever bowl.
Yeah,
Game.
they were Division II until last year or 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
So for the teams
Next
like
year's
that,
gonna be fire though.
yeah, next year will be a lot of fun.
I can't wait till next year. I'll be way more.
It's just
gonna
be
football
pro
next year.
football 2.0.
It's gonna be better than probably.
I
pro
don't know.
football.
I thought I think the draw of college football is like how much everyone loves it, and like it's just no one does anymore. Now there's free agency. Now there's going to be a playoff that's just as big as the NFL playoff.
the playoff had to happen.
It
though.
does have to
you
happen.
have to crown the real champion.
You do. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just that being the only thing that really matters sucks. Like no one
yeah.
cares about these these regional bowl games anymore. They all have ridiculous names. Fucking.
It's not like
college
March Madness. How
yeah.
college basketball has a possibly an even better draw than the NBA when it comes to
Yeah.
March at least.
College football just it's been bought and
Be better than the
sold.
Super Bowl.
Shit's so lit.
Just been bought and sold, in my opinion. I don't know. But Buccaneers, Jaguars. We talked about the Buccaneers last week as like or 2 weeks ago as a dark horse fucking Super Bowl candidate because Baker Mayfield's going fucking nuts.
They said they want him back. next
Mine's
year.
the Rams though.
We said the Rams
Super
and the
Bowl dark
Buccaneers,
horse. Them boys are nice.
and they have the experience.
Yeah. Because when they play with Kyron, Puka, Kupp, and Donald, and Stafford, who all have missed time, they only lost I think at Baltimore. That's like
Baltimore
they're really
looks
only,
like they're gonna win
But
it all.
Rams had them beat. Baltimore had to come back and win in overtime
But they did.
in Baltimore. Like that's how good the Rams are.
No, I get it.
Like
Baker's
the 49ers
looking
got their ass
amazing.
beat. The Rams were just like, "What's good? You guys ain't shit."
Baker's looking amazing. Mike Evans is looking like
Yeah, he's
the best receiver in the
Rashad
league.
White's really good. That was a nice call by you this year. He's had a hell of a
I
season.
traded him for everywhere too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the number 3 running back this year.
Yeah, he's
the
really
top
good.
3 running backs this year are Mostert, Rashad White, and who am I forgetting?
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Like McCaffrey, of
Wait,
course,
who is
everyone knew about.
McCaffrey,
Mostert,
and,
Rashad White.
Kyrie Williams would probably be 2 if he played all year. Though.
I think he's still top 10.
He was 6, I think, coming into the week.
He's just nuts,
Yeah.
dude. Next year's going to be such a weird draft. But yeah, Buccaneers.
I'm gonna be leaving the first
Winning
round
the
with Kyrie
division.
Williams and Gibbs and shit. Like, that's my first. I don't know. Those are the dudes I want.
I'm good on the 0 running back strategy.
You
I'll
can't
never
do
do
it
that
anymore.
again.
You can't.
But you gotta think if you did it this year, though. Think about who you just said: McCaffrey,
That's true.
Mostert, Rashad White, Gibbs, and Kyron Williams are dudes outside of McCaffrey. That
But
you
it's the
could
same
have.
thing with receivers, like Puka.
Well, you gotta have the right combination of everything. If you took Tyreek Hill and then Monroe St. Brown or some
Yeah.
combination like that, and then you ended up with Kyron Williams, Mostert, Rashad White, fucking Evan Ingram. Like it sucks when you don't pick the perfect,
Yeah.
like Kamara this year was like an 8th round pick because he was suspended. This was a great year for 0 running backs, but when you're
Yeah,
me
I
and you
guess
got
so.
Stephon Diggs and Adams everywhere.
Oh, I love it.
Olave's winning.
Man,
Who's,
last
what about
2 weeks.
Kamara? What's he doing?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just asking you a question.
Just give me a
How the fuck I win? All
I
right.
know.
How the fuck did I win with 2 Saints players?
Because
That's
I had a
crazy.
fucking jet.
Huh?
Kamara, I was just completely wrong on.
Yeah, Kamara.
I can't believe he's still that good. Like I
Well,
thought.
Carr makes him like that because of how bad Carr is. He does a lot.
Yeah,
of
but
checking
even
down
running
to him.
plays, Kamara's
Yeah,
doing.
not Kamara's
doing.
I had
Explosive.
Kamara, so I had Kamara last year in a 16-man league, and he was putting up points, but it was ugly. He was averaging like 3 yards a carry, but he'd get a touchdown. But like he looked like he was done, in my opinion. But he just maybe
I
the
bet
8 weeks
Damon,
off or 6 weeks off was good for him, and he just came in fresh. But the first 2 weeks I was like, oh, like this is just a fluke. He's just catching 11 balls. He looks like he's 25
really
years
good
old.
still, yeah.
What the fuck? These dudes aren't steroids. Most
Well,
are.
just medicines that should have changed too.
Fuck medicines. You know what the medicine's called? HGH. This dude Mostert's 31, like Patterson a couple years ago, 31 years old, having the best year by far, not of just his career, but one of the best running back seasons ever.
We gotta
like
find out.
has
It's just
20
got to be
touch-
something different though. Like people come back from Achilles injuries and can still play. Like LeBron's still that good. I know
That's
he might
different,
be
but-
a little bit different, but it's like there's something that's different.
You ever see
You
the
just
night
can't be
before?
4 years old like LeBron just scored 40 the other day. Like you can't do that.
You ever see the night before?
Yeah.
Like their friend is a football player. He's like, you've been back and forth on practice squad since you were 25. Now you're 33 and you're making a Pro Bowl. You're on steroids. Stop lying. He's like, so what? I'm on steroids. Like, that's Raheem Mostert, dude. There's no way. There's no way you're faster at 31 than you were at 25. Like,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
I'm sure he's not. I'm just saying, like, 20 fucking touchdowns as a 31
He was
year
good
old.
on San Fran though.
He was good.
he
Even
just
last
never
year, he
could
was
stay
good.
healthy or like really put it together like he has this year.
I'll never forgive myself. Jeff Wilson, who killed at the end of last year, and Mostert are 1 and 2, and I'm like, let me go with the guy that they were going with at the fucking end of last year, and I picked fucking Jeff Wilson.
Well, you know what sucked for you is that Jeff Wilson and A-Chain got hurt in preseason. You might not have made the wrong choice.
Oh,
They both got hurt. They had to use Mostert, and then he just took over. He ran away with the job.
I
And
will
then A-Chain got
draft
hurt again.
if Mike McDaniels coaches for another 20 years. I will draft a running back on his team for the next 20
I'll
years.
draft anybody.
I'll
on
take
his team.
A-Chain
I'll
all
take
day.
Smythe.
A-Chain's about to go nuts
I'll be
next year.
drafting Smythe next year. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was saying I bet Damon, Kyron versus Kamara. I wish if Kyron, it was when Kamara came back. If Kyron didn't get hurt, I think I would have won that bet. That's how crazy good Williams is.
Yeah, he's
like he
nice.
still just beats Kamara.
Kamara's or Williams is that dude.
Y'all in trouble in Steve's league, man.
You have Kyron.
I got Kyron, Bijan. I got the number 1 this year.
I have Mike Williams and Chubb coming back.
I got Tim Patrick for you on him.
Tim
probably
Patrick.
you or Russ.
I don't want no Denver players.
Yeah, me neither. I'm about to just drop him, I think. I got Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, it's good.
Rashee Rice looks like somebody.
Yeah, he's really good.
I just
Jaden
really
Reed.
wanna talk
Whitney
about-
Johnston.
No one cares
He's
about
starting
your
to look
stupid-ass
nice.
team.
He sucks.
He's starting to be
I mean, with
involved.
Allen and Mike Williams out, yes, he's starting to get like 4 for 40.
Yeah, but like
I just got a
you can
notification.
look forward to that
No one
every
cares
year.
about Quentin
Not when
Johnson.
Keenan
I'm
and
talking
Mike
about the
Williams
Chargers
came
right
back.
No, you're not.
Not when Keenan and Mike Williams are back.
Yeah, but then they'll leave again.
Yeah, then by then the Chargers will get somebody else.
59% of teams that have McCaffrey are in the finals.
Yeah, he's had.
You want to know who isn't? Me.
Me either.
Because of fucking.
I have McCaffrey and Kyron Williams,
You had a tough break.
but I got Devontae Adams.
So do I.
So
That's basically was it. McCaffrey had a great game, but if you split him with Adams, it's like 14
Yeah,
points.
he did nothing.
And then whatever.
Brees Hall beat them both combined.
Yep. Yeah. So Cowboys, Dolphins. We'll only talk about 2 more games. 3 more games. So I want to talk about the
The
Chiefs
Cowboys
too.
Dolphins game like sucked. Like it was a good sucky game. I don't know how to explain
was
it.
it?
The Cowboys Dolphins.
It was a good football game.
It just like both
Are
teams
the Dolphins
like,
frauds, or was it just like a bad game? Are
the
you
Cowboys,
ready
you
to
mean?
call them frauds?
the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys. My bad.
They do. Listen to me. I got. Let me say something. They do this every year.
That's why I want to say they're
every
a
single
fraud.
year. They're fucking nice, and then all of a sudden,
They
everyone
like
can
lose
beat
a
them.
game, and like the moment they lose a game, or the moment they're like down in a game, they're just not that team anymore.
They almost won that game though.
My problem is, as it always is like Mike McCarthy. You run the little option play to Pollard, which was a great play. Somehow Pollard doesn't score, which is on him. He easily should have scored.
You can't let a safety.
But
body
then
you
instead
like
of
that.
giving him the ball back because he still is your running back, still is Tony Pollard, and maybe doing a Dak push, you bring this fullback in. And he fumbles the snap with Dak, like the exchange, and Miami recovers it. That's the first drive of the game.
That's like a 1995 play.
Yeah.
Like why are you
Like
still
did they
doing
think
that?
they had the move? Like Daryl Johnston was in the game.
Yeah.
I think he was announcing it.
Yeah,
but-
Tony Allstott.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like it's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. Now instead of being up 7-0, hitting Miami in the mouth, like you
Well,
turn
if they
the ball
score
over.
there, the game they just win.
Well, yeah, they might. You don't know what's going to happen. It's 7-0. You could blow a team out now. You just
Yeah.
walked into their home, elected to receive. You won the toss. Said we want the ball. Walk down the field. Get a
Score.
touchdown.
Yeah,
It's
confidence through the
a
roof.
huge start. But now you fumble. Now Miami's fired up.
Yeah.
Everything changes. You don't know what's going to happen. And
then even on the drive that they scored, what was it, the fourth quarter? They ended up scoring, but they do that dumbass play. They do play action on first down, and then after they got
sacked,
saved by
by a
defensive
flag,
pass interference, and he gets sacked, and it was like you had Pollard. Instead of using Pollard as a blocker, if you use Pollard as a receiver there, no one's covering him. And then you use him as a blocker. He's an awful blocker. Guy gets by him and sacks stack.
yeah, I don't know if I'll call them frauds, but I mean, I wasn't picking them to make a Super Bowl run regardless if they beat Buffalo and Miami, but
I think I'm going to pick them at the beginning of the year.
they have the talent for sure. I definitely, if they had Travion Diggs, I think they would be so much better as well, but I don't know.
I don't know.
They have the pieces. They have one of the best kickers in the league. They have a great offensive line.
Dak just went from MVP in my eye. Like, not MVP. I'm still on Tyreek, but he just went from fucking second, third MVP to like what's happening?
Yeah.
I don't like.
Now they play Detroit this week, which I think they will beat them, but like it's not going to be easy.
It's just that they got smacked by 49ers. Fine. Like, everyone's getting smacked by the 49ers except for the Ravens, which is the next game I want to talk about. But then you get smacked by the Bills, and it's like, okay, the Bills are hot. And then you lose to the Dolphins off of, like, dumb shit. It wasn't like the Dolphins just came, like, Tyreek didn't come in there and fucking get for 200
9
yards.
for 99 by the end of it, but it wasn't really shit.
That was the second half. He didn't have shit in the first
He
half.
dropped like a 90-yard touchdown the first play from scrimmage after that fumble.
Yeah, so I don't. I think you gotta have to kind of.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think
fraud
either.
now.
I don't
They
think-
like they do this every year. They make the playoffs. They won one game last year, and then they lose. They've only won one playoff game under Dak.
No, he got one.
Two.
Is it two now?
He beat Russell Wilson in Seattle, and then he beat Brady last year.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, I don't really like to call people frauds because every team at some point of the season seems to have these stretches. So we would have to like call Kansas City and Philadelphia frauds, but Dallas, because of who they are, because of Mike McCarthy, and like besides that one Super Bowl, like how many games he's choked away, Dak hasn't gotten really any big wins. It is hard for me to believe in them, to where I know Kansas City and Philly just went to a Super Bowl, and I know if they can just turn it on, once they turn it on, which could be at any moment, they can.
Well, that's a good jump-off point for the next game. Kansas City are frauds. It's just that they have Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, so they can find a way to win a game. Like, the rest of it, that's a fraudulent team, though. I mean,
it's
like,
just bad receivers. They have their best running game that they've probably had.
they're still in
under
the
them.
second. They're in the lower half of the league in rushing yards.
That's because I feel they just want Mahomes to throw so much.
Yeah.
But like if they actually committed to the run, like Pacheco has shown in games that he can run the shit out of the ball. Their defense is one of the best in the league. The problem is you have bad receivers, and Kelsey just isn't Kelsey right now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably Taylor Swift.
That's what a lot of people are saying, and people are getting pissed about it. They're like, typical men can't blame the coach, can't blame the quarterback, gotta blame a girl that's wearing the jersey in the crowd.
I'm not saying this is like a ridiculous theory, but like, I mean, you see like the happy boyfriend, happy girlfriend syndrome. Like, you happy girlfriend, happy boyfriend, they get more fucking complacent and they don't go to the gym as much and they don't fucking.
You see them like they're dressing up together, taking pictures for Christmas. Like, he should
They're
have been
probably-
at practice.
Kelsey might just be on that Rasheed Wallace time. He's like I remember Rasheed Wallace used to say, he's like, the regular season's boring. Like, the Pistons would just lose games and like not get the
Yeah,
one
but
seed.
if they keep losing, they can just not make it. They have to win.
They're
yeah.
clinched. I thought.
They clinched.
No, they're not clinched.
When
look it up. They're not
Denver
clinched.
lost.
No, they're not
They
clinched.
didn't clinch the West,
They're not clinched.
but I thought they clinched a playoff
I
spot.
don't think so.
Because Denver's what, 7-8?
Denver and Vegas are 7 and 8.
Yeah. So but they have tiebreakers on them. So yeah,
pretty sure
they
they
would
didn't
have
clinch.
to have to lose out, and then Vegas or one of those teams would have to win out.
Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna make it, but I don't know if they're clinched. Let's see. 49ers, Eagles, Lions.
Baltimore.
I hate when you gotta click the link. Clinched. Dallas clinched.
Dallas to clinch. Yeah, I knew that. Miami's clinched.
Ravens, Dolphins, and Chiefs missed a chance to clinch.
That's what it was then.
Damn.
Yeah, they cannot make it. So it's like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I do think
Who they play?
If we're just talking about
play the
Super Bowl
Bengals this week.
contending, I think the Chiefs are pretty fraudulent right now. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, like, but that's
But they
like
had
the,
Mahomes, so
that's
it's
the
like you
beauty of
can't
the
count
league
them
is,
out.
like, how many times, and I know I was guilty of it, that's why I don't do it no more. The Patriots would go on these bad runs, and I would think, like, oh, they don't have Moss anymore.
But they
Brady's
always
getting
had
old.
Brady.
I know, that's what I was about to say,
Yeah.
is, like, that's what it comes down to, is, like, I remember when, I think it was the Chiefs smacked the shit out the Patriots on a Monday night. That's when Garoppolo first came in. And I remember, like, thinking, like, the Patriots are actually done, and they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, but
Can I ask
so
you something,
let me just say this, and then you like. I think they're both fraudulent. I just think that if you have Mahomes and Andy Reid, you can right a ship and go on and win a title because they're that good. But you have Mike McCarthy and Dak.
No, that's
so,
what I was
like,
saying.
That's
like,
why,
I do think, like, the way the Eagles have played over the last month, the way the Chiefs have been playing, and the way Dallas has been playing, you have three teams that are going in the wrong direction, but only two of them really still stand out to me as Kansas City and Philly because of who they are.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to, when the Bills were going through this, like, they were having a tough time. It was all over the place.
And
Sports
everybody was
Center,
writing them off. And,
writing them off. Nick Wright said this is going to be
Nick
the
Wright
most
said,
dangerous
Homer.
team to miss the playoffs, and the Chiefs are going through it. No, you don't hear not a soul say anything about it.
I'm sure you do if you. Like,
You would if you had,
I
but the
do-
thing is they have two Super Bowls. If the Bills already had two Super Bowls, you can't say, "Oh, they suck. They're about to miss the playoffs." It's like, okay, they had a bad year, but guess what? We have two Super Bowls. Like
Like, I don't
all
think
you guys would be
The
craving.
Chiefs
that.
are going to
Like,
miss the playoffs, but they could.
Right. It's just the way the sports world works. And I was saying it last night how much I hate people that are just prisoners of the moments. Like a few weeks ago, the Bills sucked and weren't going to make the playoffs. And now the Bills are decent and might make the playoffs. Now the Bills might be the 2 seed and people are calling them the most dangerous team,
Yeah.
which I do agree with.
Yeah.
People just are, that's just the way people are.
Yeah.
And I used to be that way and I try to just stay in the moment and just see what happens. People are saying the Eagles suck because they almost lost 4 in a row. I don't believe that. I think if the Eagles when the Eagles play their best game, they're probably, to me, they're the best
They
team
got a
in the
new
league.
play caller,
Or
don't
second
they?
best team, maybe. But yeah,
I
they
think
have a
the
new
Eagles
offensive
have
and defense
looked.
coordinator.
But the thing to me, the Eagles have looked just a little bit off all year. They're still a very
Yeah,
good team.
they
Obviously,
really
they're
haven't
winning
put
games.
it together, but they're still. Once
got-
you make the playoffs, everybody's 0-0 or 0-0, however you want to say it, and whoever puts it together is going to be the team that wins. And I just wouldn't count those teams out. To where Dallas, yeah, they could put it together and be scary, but I just don't see that being a thing.
The problem with Dallas is you really only have one player on offense that's been playing elite, which is CeeDee Lamb, and then at Dak, if he gets it together, it was playing very good before these last 2 weeks. Pollard's been not as good. His leg, he doesn't look as explosive. He looks like that leg injury might have really
Must have
bad
Dowdle come in there.
effects going on. No receiver has put it together outside of Lamb. Like Cooks will
Cooks
have
has
a good
had moments,
game.
yeah.
Tolbert will have a game. Gallup will have a game. But no, they don't have a
Cook
consistent-
scores a lot, though.
Ferguson's been
been
coming
quiet
on.
lately, though.
Yeah,
That
but
was
yeah.
my guy.
Yeah.
I liked him.
They just don't, and then on the defensive side, they just don't look like they look like the defense could drag them in games now. And since Diggs has went down, I mean Gilmore played really well, and
Darren Bland.
their defense just doesn't look as dangerous as it did the first 8 weeks of the season. So Bland, he's the one with the 5 touchdowns. Those are huge plays, but those are very hard to.
You can't depend on them.
Yeah, those
I
are
know
very hard to
Parsons
be
got
consistent.
held 3 times that was pretty obvious. He took it to to Instagram and Twitter and was telling the refs whatever he did to them, he's sorry, what's going on. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Dallas, now that they're going back home and they get to play the
They're probably
Lions.
going to clap the Lions.
Yeah, they might smack the Lions up, but
Yeah, maybe they do.
we'll see.
The
The playoffs is going to be crazy though. It's definitely a weird year.
NFC playoffs are going to be fire. I think the AFC playoffs might be the first round might be a
You
little.
might get a potential Allen Mahomes first round game and a potential Stafford return to Detroit.
Yeah, but the
That's-
NFC
those are unreal games to watch.
the NFC though, the Buccaneers versus whoever, the Rams versus whoever. If the Packers get in, the Packers versus whoever is a game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the 49ers run through probably you guys and Buccaneers. I think just because it's a division game, the
But they'll
Rams
be the
might be able to
1
keep it
seed,
close.
so-
But
Green Bay definitely could beat Philly or
And the
Dallas.
yeah, the
I don't
first-
think they
yeah.
would, but it's possible. To where
yeah, let's say it's Philly versus Philly. Probably get the 2 seed.
Yeah, so
Let's
Philly
say
versus
Philly
Green Bay would
versus
be
Green
fire.
Bay. Then it would be
Detroit Rams,
Detroit Rams, and then it would be
Dallas, and the
Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Yeah, that's a fire
That's a good-
lineup.
yeah. And then the AFC would be Jags, Browns right now,
Which Browns probably win that game.
Bills, Chiefs, and then
Dolphins. Who's the last team in right now?
who is the last team in?
I think it might be the Colts still, because the Texans lost.
The Dolphins would have wrecked their shit.
But imagine that if the Texans win next week and the Colts lose, because they play each other, right? Or is it the last week?
They played the last week, yeah.
Like Texans, Dolphins would be
Stroud,
fire.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's gonna be a fun fucking playoff.
Yeah.
It's probably, dude. What if
It's
we
wide
get,
open.
That's what the Bills are gonna get the 2 seed. They're gonna have to play the Texans, and the Texans are way better with Stroud. Like they're not a 7 seed with Stroud, you know.
Yeah, that should
But
be bad
you gotta
for
be able to beat Stroud anyway to win a Super Bowl. So it's not like any. But
yeah, playoffs is wide open. Like even as good, and we can talk about that game as Baltimore looked yesterday. Like Lamar hasn't, I don't think has ever won a playoff game, right?
he won one.
Oh, he beat the Titans
Last year, right?
20 to
Was it
13,
last year or 2
2
years ago?
Yeah, because we
played him, yeah.
We played him in the
Yeah.
division.
No, it was 3 years ago, right? That was the 13 seconds.
Yeah, because he didn't play last year.
Or was that 2
It was
years
Huntley
ago?
last year.
Yes, yeah.
13
right.
seconds was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 2 years ago. It was that year.
Who did we lose to last year?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals. They clapped our shit. We put up 10 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like Baltimore looks amazing. They have their defense is crazy. They have all the tools for it. But even like, I just don't see anybody that. Like I thought the 49ers were head and shoulders above the league. They got their ass whooped. So,
But
go
Purdy
into that if you
doesn't.
want.
Purdy's not throwing 4 interceptions. Like if they played again, I think it might happen a little different.
We got to see though. Like what if,
Two of
like
them,
as
though,
much
were
as I
just
like
lobbed in the
Purdy,
air.
what if his confidence is broke?
Yeah,
Like what if
true.
this broke Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
Like we thought he
Listen.
was so good in this one game.
No, you know what I
I'm
like
the
about Brock
biggest-
Purdy though?
I'm
He
a-
threw 4 interceptions, still came out there slung
That's
the
what
shit.
I'm saying. I don't think it broke his confidence. You guys. I like Purdy the least on this podcast, and one thing I'll say: you don't go to not having a ton of recruiting and go to Iowa and
Wasn't
take the
the
job
49ers
and win a
at
bowl.
home, though?
You don't get drafted as Mr. Irrelevant and then come out here and play this way
Yeah.
without having a crazy amount of confidence. I think
Yeah, he's
got.
battled a lot.
I think he's gonna come
He
out
just-
next week and not even care that he threw 4 interceptions.
He
last
just played
week.
so bad. Like not even to sound salty, but think about how I lost to Jake by 2 points.
Yeah,
Kyle Hamilton gets like dragged to the ground and get for a penalty,
yeah.
so it's holding or whatever. Purdy doesn't see there's 2 flags thrown. Somehow he doesn't see it. Any quarterback would see that and know to throw the ball away because you don't want to risk anything. It's holding.
Yeah.
This man holds the ball. Hamilton gets up
And
from
looks
being
for a play,
being
yeah.
pancaked. Gets up and a ball gets tipped and Hamilton goes and intercepts it.
Yeah.
I lose because of that play. That shouldn't have been a play. I mean, unbelievable play by Kyle Hamilton to get dragged down by a 300-pound man, get back up, run across the field, get an interception. But the fact that Purdy's stupid enough to not see the flag, roll out, extend the play that long, then throw it and it gets tipped and Hamilton intercepts it like that—that's how bad he played yesterday. You can't do that. You see the flag.
He's no MVP of mine.
That shit's horrible.
Who's your MVP?
I still would give it to Tyreek.
Over McCaffrey.
It's very. I wouldn't be very mad at all. Like one of them, I would give it to. But if
Not
we're
Lamar.
gonna,
Not Lamar.
no,
Why?
I think they have a really good defense. His stats kind of look like shit. Like if you take other than his rushing stats, he's got 24 total touchdowns. Like that's not. I don't even know if that's top 5. Like
His stats do suck, but if you
you're
like,
talking about okay, Lamar and I sound like a Bills. I sound like a Bills homer. I get it. Lamar Jackson has 25 total touchdowns. Josh Allen has 40, and you're going to say Lamar Jackson's your MVP?
because if you look at the difference of the way those games go, though, Lamar doesn't like the way the Ravens play. Like Lamar doesn't get these opportunities for those touchdowns because they just already smack somebody. Or he hands it off at the one.
Okay,
you guys handed it off
so their
before
defense
that.
is playing like lights out and like putting him in positions that he doesn't have to do a lot. I'm not saying you're getting
does a lot,
penalized
though.
for that, but you're not getting
Yeah, I mean,
awarded
like,
for that either.
You got guys like Hurts and Allen. They give it to their running back. They fall at the one tush push. Like, okay, you're good. We get
No,
it.
but Josh Allen's only got like I think 2 tush push touchdowns this year.
Yeah, we
I
still
know
got
he scored like in the last 8 games. He scored himself.
yeah, he's got
something like that.
He's got like 11. I think 11 or 13. I don't know why those are the 2 numbers of rushing touchdowns.
Hurts has 11 or 13.
Hurts broke the record. He's got
Allen-
16,
He has 16.
15 or 16. Yeah, whatever the
Holy
record is, he
shit.
broke.
Put him right in.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen has 10.
Allen has. I'm telling you, he has a lot. He has 11 or 13.
But he still has more total yards. So he has rushing. 1, 2. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
I don't know.
13.
I think the offense
He does
that
have 13 rushing
I
touchdowns.
think the offense that Lamar plays with, like he deserves his flowers, man.
He definitely deserves his flowers. I'm not saying
Think about who
anything about.
Nelson Aguilar scored yesterday.
I get it, but like,
You guys also have to realize one of the biggest factors that goes into this is the record. He has the best record in the NFL. He just went to San Fran in a game that was with 2 other MVP candidates, and he was the best player on the field. He destroyed them. And again, I know that's not against Josh Allen because I believe Josh Allen, the way everything has fallen with Dak and Purdy, is now honestly for me it would be like Tyreek, McCaffrey, and probably Josh Allen would be my MVPs. But I get why Lamar would win it because he's the best football player on the best team, and that's just always it seems to be the tiebreaker.
So
my argument yesterday.
I agree, but sorry, go ahead.
No, just my argument yesterday. It wasn't that I think that he should be MVP. I just don't. I think that he deserves his flowers to be in the top MVP candidates. That's all.
It's just like
to write him off is what bothers me.
This year, but this is why I think you have to give it to Tyreek or CMC this year because we literally 2 weeks ago we're like, okay, Purdy has all these great stats. He's on the best team. It's like no one has been that good at the quarterback position except for like statistics wise. And I know there's other shit like okay, Lamar doesn't have to go crazy in the fourth, so his stats might be a little.
He's doing enough to. He knows how to. He's like I wonder would Allen and Mahomes try too much on this offense and fuck up where Lamar's just doing everything the right way.
But to be fair, he's had that same offense built tailored to him for the past 5 6 times.
I was going to say that yesterday when I said that because what's his name? It said like all these other quarterbacks, and I said I don't think that they would just be able to go on Baltimore and run the offense because
I think Allen and Mahomes though do.
Which probably and Hurts. I think all three of them probably.
Yeah.
Well, Hurts and Lamar are similar players. Yeah. I do think that, but like that's why I was like kind of like comparing it with the Chiefs. I wasn't saying like Mahomes can't do it, but if you look, he's having less success with a similar
Lamar
team.
doesn't have a good offense around him, and Andrews goes down, and he's got Likely stepping in and being fine.
Likely's good though.
The thing
they're on their third and fourth running back.
Their offense is only good.
Who eat though?
Their offense
because
is good
of
because of Harbaugh, and Lamar is like kind of like what people say about San Fran is like the way they run their offense, they can make these guys look good. Their receivers suck outside of Flowers.
Oh, terrible.
Beckham is a bum.
He's
a bum.
Okay.
I mean, look at his stats. He doesn't do anything. Rashad Bateman sucks. Can't believe how bad he is.
Aguilar.
You got Nelson Aguilar. Like I said, Likely is a good replacement, but you lost Andrews.
But I get that argument, but at the same time, it's not like Lamar has great passing stats despite that.
Right.
His passing stats reflect the fact that he has no.
So to me, it's like if you don't want Lamar to be MVP, like that to me means Harbaugh needs to be Coach of the Year. Then, like something has to be talked about of why this team is winning because they're not just winning because of defense. They also they do score points as well. That's what impresses me.
So I mean, PFF isn't the only thing that matters, but they are the number 1 ranked offensive line in the league.
They have a great offensive line. That's huge.
Right now they are?
It's got to be up there regardless. Even if you say top 5, they do have a terrific – that's what makes that thing go is Lamar in the offensive line.
Lamar's one stat that says he should be MVP is his rushing yards. They had – even with his rushing –
the fear of
him rushing does help.
We'll give you the ball to Gus Edwards.
But you can say that about James Cook. You can say that about DeAndre Swift. You can say that about anyone with like a quarterback like that.
But it's
Lamar
like Baltimore.
No one does it like Baltimore. But like I said, they've had 5 years now of like they did get a new offensive coordinator this year, but he didn't change much. This is the same offense.
Yeah, we thought Lamar was going to pass more, but they didn't. But you look at J.K. Dobbins is down, Mitchell's down, and they're still going to just. I believe if Hill and Gus went down, Melvin Gordon would come in and they would run the ball well.
And I think that is a reflection of Lamar, but it's also a reflection of the system.
Yeah, so it's something that, like I said, Harbaugh needs an award. Somebody needs an award there.
So, like I said, Lamar averages 52 yards. This might have been before yesterday.
I think it's 52 or 53.
Rushing yards a game. Even if you take that out of it, I think the Ravens were still like top 10 running, and they still average over 100 yards per game.
But I think a lot of it has to do with
and a lot of it does have to do with field. I'm just saying, like
because they run that. They've been doing it for years. They run that option play, and the option with Lamar is scary as fuck. It's scary.
It is.
Because he'll literally just go run 30 yards down your throat.
He had that crazy run yesterday where he's just dancing through everybody like that dude is. I get your point, too, though. If you actually put Lamar's numbers next to Josh Allen, dude, if you put Lamar's numbers next to Jordan Love's numbers, he loses. So I understand that point of for MVP, but I just think there's a lot more that goes into
That's all I was saying.
And their record, and just I don't know.
Lamar definitely deserves his flowers.
When they need a score, it's like he's been playing he's clutch. He's not turning the ball over at bad times. Besides that Cleveland game,
but that's another thing. Like his defense, gets him the ball. He goes and takes it and scores.
Yeah, they're a great team.
He's doing what he has to do. He's definitely one of the best players in the league. whoever is on this, whoever's still on this, like he's a running back train. I mean, this number's kind of help. This year's kind of helping him, but he still can throw the ball. Whoever's on the train
still
of
got over
hating
3,000.
Lamar is dumb.
They don't have a football opinion.
I just think back to the MVP conversation, I think if we don't give it to CMC or Tyreek this year,
they'll never get it.
Then we just need to straight up say this is a quarterback award
and the best team. Whoever, like I was telling Joe yesterday, whoever's the best quarterback or whoever's the quarterback on the best team, that's the award, because that's what it comes down to. If these guys can't win it this year,
if Purdy or Lamar get it,
right? But if they give it to Josh Allen this year and you guys are the 6th seed, then it shows that stats of.
But what if you're the
matter.
2 seed?
Well, then it's hard because that's like it's the quarterback of one of the best teams. Why didn't McCaffrey or Hill get it?
Your team needs to have some kind of success. I think your team at least needs to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fair.
They need to at least make the playoffs. But just to say the quarterback on the best team, I mean, the fucking 49ers were a top 3 team under Jimmy G. There was no year that Jimmy G
I was talking to my
should
cousin
get
yesterday. He said McCaffrey hands down should be MVP. Nobody else has an argument. And if Purdy doesn't have an argument, McCaffrey doesn't have an argument because they're on that same team. And sure, McCaffrey is the thing that makes that offense go.
He's just the number one weapon on a team with a bunch of weapons. Having Debo opens things up for McCaffrey.
He was saying if Elijah Mitchell was the running back, we would have a different opinion on Purdy, and I don't know that that's true. I disagree. Because we've seen that offense with Jimmy G and Elijah Mitchell be one of the best offenses.
Yeah.
So why can't Purdy run an offense with Elijah Mitchell, Kittle, Debo?
Yeah.
It's still a great team.
Jimmy G lost his job to Aiden O'Connell. So
when he got taken out of that system.
So it's like if you're going to talk about the system, like McCaffrey, even though he is the best running back and he is very deserving the MVP, like you can't just bash Purdy and not bash any other 49er player.
No. I think it's tough to give it to anyone on the 49ers because of that. I do think
like
watching
Tyreek
the games.
I think
Tyreek
is very deserving of it because
if we don't give it to Tyreek, then like I said, it's just a quarterback award, and you just got to give the offensive player of the year to. That's going to be the tough one.
McCaffrey's like, going to get that probably. His stats, like my cousin did show me, and I know Tyreek missed a game and a half, but his stats are crazy compared to Hill's. He's like 250 yards ahead of him and like 10 or 11 touchdowns ahead of him.
Damn,
it's nuts.
All McCaffrey does is score.
Yeah. So like I get that. So I do think like maybe McCaffrey will just be offensive player of the year, and then a quarterback will win MVP or something, because that's just the way that it is. Jordan Love should get more MVP talk too, but I ain't even gonna get into that.
No, he shouldn't.
Dude, if you look at Jordan Love's stats, he's got the stats, right?
Bro, Josh Allen just started getting talked about it.
You right about what I'm saying. I get that, but like if you look at the stats and the fact that he has the Packers as a playoff team, that's MVP shit.
And for the prisoner of the moment thing, I know you weren't talking about me because I've maintained that I don't think Purdy's MVP, but he literally dropped from 1st to 5th in odds.
Yeah, when you play that bad national
he threw
television,
4 picks,
it
bro.
was Christmas. Kids went to bed crying. Yo, people, I'm telling you, don't just take your family to. People went to that game. They spent mad bread. Merry Christmas, and Purdy did that. Like he shouldn't be able to win MVP now because he ruined so many kids' Christmas. Dude threw 4 picks on Christmas, bro, on national television.
You gotta put that on TikTok, Joe.
That
That's
shit is
fucking
nuts.
hilarious. He said he shouldn't win MVP because
So many kids, like
it's Christmas.
They didn't have no gifts under the tree.
So
they
it
just
was
said we're
good to
going
be
to the game.
emotional.
Yeah,
You should be emotional
That
over
was
him
really
on
bad.
Christmas.
That was really bad. Dude threw a pick when he saw there was 2 flags for that holding call. He was just like, I'll throw a pick.
You'll never
still.
forget this moment.
No, it cost me fantasy, and it was just a bad play.
That was the funniest thing in the world. But speaking of fantasy, we got to go through it, even though this is like this whole year's been kind of fluky, but just the biggest fluke of them all. Me and Harry and Damon as well. We're top 3. Like I don't think there was like 2 weeks this year that one of us wasn't in the top 3.
We were always up
I know
there.
the second half of the year my team was on shit though, boy.
This dude Damon lose, and Quake's team was really good too. He wasn't too far away from Damon, so
He
I won't
had
say
a lot of points.
I won't say that was super fluky, but Joe and Donnie's team both get hot. They play. Donnie beats him. He comes in against me. He scores 223 points. I think I've scored less than 223 points, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's not even a good score.
And that's with crazy
I beat
buys.
that this week.
And I need to congratulate Donnie. He made the fucking
He
championship.
did it. Yeah, he's in the championship. Jake and Donnie.
I had
You can watch
Christian
that
Watson
shit for free on fucking.
on Peacock.
Yeah, that shit.
You were talking mad shit to Jake. I already know you were.
Because Jake.
I want to go match by match because I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to show how fluky both these games were. So
I would try to get Jake on the show today too, but
He didn't want to.
Tony
I think
Pollard's
he's like shy or something. I don't know.
Tony Pollard's been he can't score touchdowns, but before the playoffs start, this is what Tony Pollard does the last 4 weeks: 18 points,
He's been playing well.
22 points, 17 points, 16 points. And then playoff start. I had a bye, so this doesn't matter, but he only gets 7 points against the Bills. Okay, we got ahead of them real early, so they couldn't run the ball. This week they only lose by 2 points. They should run the ball a lot, right? And he gets 5 points. And then
he gets to the 1 yard line like 3 times and doesn't get a touchdown.
He averages 14 on the year. So then I have Christian Watson, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown, I know everyone's talking shit, but was good all year up until the last couple weeks. And even Zay Jones is a automatic 10 points.
Without Kirk, he's been averaging double digits.
They all go out. I have to start Jonathan fucking Mingo. So whatever. Everyone's dealing with injuries.
That's someone I was wrong about. Well, it might not be him though.
Everyone's dealing with injuries. So I won't even really talk about Mingo because everyone's dealing with injuries. Everyone has to start one guy that they don't want to start. Whatever.
And I didn't though. I had like Chris Godwin and fucking some Montgomery and shit on the bench. Or I might have started Montgomery. But.
So Devontae Adams, who was the 17th best receiver despite this last game, averages 14 points a game. The last 5 games, 15 points, 21 points, 12 points, 13 points, 24 points. Gets 1 catch for 4 yards, 1.4 points. And then Cortland Sutton, who's the 27th best receiver, with this 0 included, averages 13 points a game, has scored over 10 points in every game but 3 this year. Gets her on the second or third play, 0 points. So Donnie beats me by 15 points with all of that happening, not to mention 2 of my defensive players shitting the bed. Donnie goes to the championship. Now, Harry, you explain what happened in yours.
So Jake scored 234. He actually scored well, and I am happy Jake won. He had some injuries, and he was he was up like trying to figure out who to put in all week, and his defense carried him. It worked out for him. But I have Jared Goff go 30 for 40, 257 yards, gets 14 fantasy points because Detroit runs in 3 touchdowns. So that annoyed me, but I was like, whatever, that happens. Mostert gets 12, gets a touchdown, leaves hurt, barely comes back, does get a touchdown, but barely plays. I'm like, whatever. Diggs gets 5 for 29 versus the Chargers, finishes with 8.9. Who
allowed 63 points last week.
Yeah, it's just like I expect with Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers and that other kid, Trey Tucker, whatever, all scored over 20 points, that Diggs would have a good game, but he gets 9. Pat Freiermuth gets 0. The Steelers put up 34. Last time Freiermuth played the Bengals, he led the NFL in receiving that day. The entire NFL, not just that game. But when I play him versus the Bengals, he gets 0. David Montgomery gets 14.9, but Gibbs took 2 touchdowns in the job from him. Ayuk gets 17.3, which is a great game, but they wait till the fourth. They waited until Darnold came in. Yeah. Purdy, he had 4 points. Casey Hayward, this is what hurts. Gets me 0 against the Bengals, where all their defenders got mad points. I picked up Christian Barmore. Yeah. And then he was questionable, and I got worried, so I was like, fuck it. Ed Oliver and Hayward play Saturday. I'm playing both of them. Hayward gets 0. Barmore gets 28.5. So I have 3s. And then the biggest thing that made me lose was Jordan Brooks, whose games are 17, 13, 11, 27, 8, 20, 20, 15, 3, 4, 28, 7, 7, 8. Gets hurt and plays 15% of the snaps, leaves with 0. I'm getting the 2. On top of that, he has Kyle Hamilton, who's a great player, gets 2 interceptions off Brock Purdy, who doesn't throw interceptions. One that was on a holding calls
leads the league
that he should throw away.
Interception percentage before that day.
Yeah. Jake's defense goes 14, 21, 10, 10, 9, 22, 4, 10, 12, 12, 9, or 9.5. With all that, I lose 234 to 232. I beat you and Donnie, and I lose by 2. Like, he had some stuff go against him, like Trevor Lawrence missed a drive. He threw a touchdown and left the game. If he doesn't throw a touchdown and then leaves the game, I win. But he throws a touchdown and then leaves. He misses a drive, finishes with 11. Like, but then he has, like, Alec Pierce got 7, and Diggs got 8.9. Like, that's not acceptable to me.
Yeah.
That's like, I even told him, I was like, your flex is Jahan Dotson, Alec Pierce, and Elijah Moore. You will not beat me. Because of that, I have David Montgomery, Brandon Ayuk, and Aaron Jones. I have Chris Godwin on the bench who you would kill for. You won't beat me with that.
I'd kill for him with all my injuries.
But his defense carried him, and I had 3 zeros. And
which brings us around to these defensive player leagues are fucking a ton of fun. I mean, me and Harry got the fucking worst of it this week.
2 years in a row for me. Steve rolled the league and loses to you and Jake in the semis. Nice.
I mean, it's crazy that
you can lose to me next year.
Probably will.
Whatever. I mean, it's been a really fun year, a really fun league. Harry still won $200 bucks because he got High Points, and then we're splitting
We're gonna
the
split
third.
I can't take it anymore.
My boy who split all the thirds.
But
Get me out of here. Fuck it out of
still,
here.
I mean, as fluky as it was, congrats to Donnie and Jake.
They do
for-
probably have two of the best defenses, I will
Yeah.
say, as well, in the league. Their offenses suck. I was looking through their teams. Their teams suck. Good fucking job, guys. Congratulations. It's going to be a great game.
Congratulations for being newcomers and making the championship. The defenses will change the
they
way
will.
things happen. Like
Donnie putting Tank Talk on his back, going through the gauntlet. That's impressive.
I mean, go Quake, dude.
yeah.
It's crazy because if we counted the playoffs, if he beat Tank, we'd only win the division by 1. Because we beat them by 4, and then he beat me and Joe, and if he beats, so we'd only lose by 1.
Well,
or win
speaking
by
of that,
1.
let's announce our rule.
Yeah. So not because of how fluky, we already had this conversation.
I've always felt this way.
And I would have
my
gotten
whole
fucked anyway
fantasy
because
life.
of my injuries. But so next year we will go to a fatal 4-way for the first 2 weeks of the playoffs. You'll still get a bye if you're a top 2 seed, but
3 through 6.
3
we'll
through
play.
6 will fatal 4-way for 1 week. Top 2
two.
scorers will move on. We're gonna reseed it too.
It won't be a reseed. Us 4 will then be in a fatal 4-way again.
Oh, it's fatal 4-way. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, well, yeah.
So then it'll be another fatal
Yeah.
4-way. Whoever wins the top 2 advance to the championship. The bottom 2 play for third.
And
Yeah, I
then,
like that.
so the top 2 will play in a traditional matchup. Or both. So fatal 4-way for the first 2 weeks. The top 2 scorers of each week move on. The last week will be 2 traditional matchups for first and second, third and fourth.
Yeah. So right now it would be me versus Jake if it was like that this
For
year.
the championship,
Yeah.
and me and Donnie would play again for third and fourth.
Yep.
Which this league, I mean, with the point system we did for the playoffs, I think this is probably going to be the most fair you can possibly make a league.
Yeah,
I mean,
the two
especially
teams
with the
getting off of
defenses and
points,
shit.
and then
Yeah.
the fatal 4-ways because a lot does go into it. Matchups are fun. It is fun winning games sometimes, like 101 to 99, and some other guy lost with like 140. But it sucks. Like I was looking back in my $500 league. I didn't make the playoffs, but I like to look. One dude scored 137, lost in the wild card, no money. Other dude scored 84 or 94 and moved on. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with me. Like
Yeah.
I was telling you in the car, if Bijan plays a normal game, or if I start golf, I'm in the championship right now because I had high points this week.
Yeah.
Out of all the teams that made the playoffs, but I do like it like this though. I still like the matchups for the regular season because with as much as points at the end of the season signify you had a really good year, there's teams like if you draft Kamara. Your points, you have less of a chance of being high points at the end of the year because you missed your best running back
I know,
for
but
6 weeks.
it makes you think about that more. It makes you like, do you want
Yeah,
to
but
just take that risk? Everything should be harder on you, not just like, you know what, I could take Kamara. I might win 2 or 3 games because this guy might.
Well, it already
score
is
well.
harder on you. You don't have them.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you could actually take those chances in head-to-head leagues easier because you can maybe win a game 95 to 90.
Yeah.
You should get punished for. It was a big argument I had with Dom, like a big debate that him and I had, and he had his points, I had mine. But mine is that in real NFL, if you win a football game 13 to 10, it's because your defense went out there and earned that. They allowed
Yeah,
10 points. In
I agree.
fantasy, you don't earn getting 180 on your head or 100 or 101.
Yeah, like in the semis, I just lost 196 to 146.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't
that's
earn
fucked
that.
up.
That
No,
just,
I do agree, but I think there's also like
I love
strategy to
head-to-head.
it.
Head-to-head is fun because like you know what you're rooting for, and I enjoy that. But then you play Amari Cooper, who's a decent football player, but he's not good enough to score 51. But he did, and your season came to an end because of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying, like, sometimes the best team at the end of the year isn't the team with high points because you had injuries
no,
the
I
first
agree.
8 weeks or whatever. Like in the only championship I made, I was the 6th highest points. I was second seed because of victories.
Yeah.
But my team had so many injuries beginning. It was the only league where my injuries hurt me more in the beginning of the year than they did at the end. So
Yeah.
my points weren't that high, but towards the end of the year I couldn't lose. I think I won.
That's why I like what we're doing with
6
4 record and
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah.
But just a few examples, like my cousin Michael's in the championship of my dynasty. Congratulations to him. He made a lot of trades, had a lot of injuries, kept battling, kept making moves. Wild card week of playoffs, he did not score well, but he won. My buddy Matt scored a shit ton and lost because Milk's team's on shit right now. The next week, Steve plays Milk. Steve puts up, I think, 200 points. Milk puts up like 260. He's got Cooper, McCaffrey, all these guys. Steve's now out with the best team of the whole year. Michael again wins when he doesn't score top points. Now he's going to the championship to play for 1,200, 600, or whatever deal they're gonna make.
Yeah.
In Steve's league, I had the second most points. You guys are in that league. Steve had the most points. Somehow we meet in the 3-6, which is already bad luck. I score the second most again in the league and play Steve, who scores the most, and I make no money. If it was a fatal four-way, I would have at least took fourth place for 150.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now we got me, Matt, and Steve all making no money in these leagues because just unfortunately we played the team that went crazy. Even as like Steve was the number 1 seed.
I've never seen a league. I've never seen a league more fair than my dynasty. My dynasty, literally the top 2 teams in scoring are playing for the championship. I was 6th in points. I was the last playoff guy. I was 6th in points and also the 6th seed.
Yeah, so it worked out the way it was supposed to.
The only thing is my dad probably should be fighting. Oh, my dad is fighting for 3rd, 4th.
Okay.
It might end up being that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all by points.
Yeah.
Except for Al, because Al had a bunch of injuries, like Josh Jacobs, Jenna for a lot of the year, but he's got some injuries right now. That like his team isn't good, like he's starting Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
but like it's gonna be like almost perfect, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by
crazy.
points. It's wild.
The one dynasty I'm in, it's just points for the whole year. You get 11 wins or losses, or 12 wins or losses for every week, which I think is the most fair way to do it.
You go by each team.
Yeah, so if you got the highest points, you're 12-0,
Yeah.
then 11-1, and all the way down. I had the best team all year. That I got to buy. Now it's a fatal 4-way. This one dude scored 184, which is a lot in that league. If I would have just had to face him one-on-one, I would have been sick because he probably hasn't beat me at all this year.
Yeah.
But he had Cooper and a couple other guys. Luckily, it was a fatal 4-way, and I still lost, and I'm okay with that. I only scored 135. My buddy Matt scored 140, and that was the league I had, like Mahomes, Adams, Pollard, whatever. I'm cool with taking that loss, even though I have the best team. I don't care. I had a chance. I had to beat – It's okay that dude scored 184.
Yeah.
I could have beat one of the other guys, and I didn't. I came in 3rd. I'm okay with losing. Losing to Steve because James Cook matches McCaffrey and whatever else happened, I have the second most points on the year and the playoffs, and get no money, that hurts.
Yeah.
And vice versa. He could have lost having the most points on the year and second most points in the playoffs.
That me and you had 1 and 3 total points.
Yeah, we're coming
Damon
away-
had second total points, wins nothing.
Wins
Me
no
and you
money.
had 2 of the top 3 guys would win no money.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you were going to get money regardless for high
For
points.
points, yeah.
But yeah, like if I miraculously beat you, or if you beat me, 2 of the top 3 guys
Yeah.
get $0.
The 10-man doesn't pay points or record, which I have to bring up next year because I literally don't like leagues like that. I go 12-2. I destroy the league. If I lose this upcoming week, I come away with $0. That's not acceptable.
The best year
you
I
were
have-
better than me for 2 weeks. I was better than you for 14. I got no money.
The
I don't
best
like
year
that
I
shit.
ever had, it was before
you play?
when it was
The
13.
dude you just played. He's getting a pause put on him for sure.
I beat him by 70 in the 70s.
When it was 13
I'll have high
weeks.
points. We already know how that shit works.
I went
Probably.
12-1, made the championship, and lost because Adrian Peterson, LaShawn McCoy, and DeMarco Murray combined for 8 points
Yeah,
in
that
the
shit's
championship
horrible.
game. I've never been more upset.
You already
But,
know how it works, dude. The third place games, we're all going to score super high.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like I said, I believe Cooper and Brees Hall will do bad this week. And those were 2 of the biggest reasons you guys won. You guys both had the top 2 guys. Like, I just couldn't overcome
Wait,
it.
what do you mean?
Like you crushed that dude by 70, but Amari Cooper got 50 something.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? It's hard to overcome. Not a lot of people are going to have Cooper and lose. Not a lot of people are going to have Brees Hall and lose. Brees Hall couldn't get Jake 25 yards.
I had
Cost him a
Cooper and lost.
$700 bet. Couldn't get 25 yards.
Yeah.
And then gets 40 fantasy points. I know Washington's bad. I get it, but come on. It's horrible.
Well,
I lost with Amari Cooper.
nothing we can do now, man.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully
Who do
we
you have?
win.
He had Brees Hall, though.
Oh, did he?
So even though Cooper beat
Yeah,
Brees
that's
Hall,
right,
that's
you're
like the only way.
He beat me by 50.
Or you would have had to have like
Beat you by
3
50
dudes
and you had
leave hurt.
Cooper?
Yeah.
Did you have dudes leave hurt and shit?
I don't have running backs.
Oh, yeah, you don't have running. Yeah, it doesn't
I put up
matter.
146. I don't have running
Yeah, dude
backs.
has D'Ernest Johnson and Royce Freeman or some shit.
Is it Dynasty?
Yeah.
I've been crushing all year, no running
Yeah,
backs.
so like that makes sense. Like there's very few ways to lose with those guys. It's if you have guys leave hurt, or if you have no running backs, and then Cooper put up points for 3 of your guys. It's
it sucks.
it's like he got 17 now.
Yeah. I in the semis, the 2 out of the 3, both the ones I won by 70.
Damn.
I beat Tank by 70 in the semis.
But yeah, good shit. That 10-man.
I hope
Your
you
first
smack
league,
it.
you're in the
I
championship.
hope you're playing Donnie or Donnie's dad.
Donnie.
I hope you smack Donnie, dude. He's just been so lucky this year. I can't stand it. I love Donnie. I really do. But he's just been.
He definitely he knows
have
his
no
shit. But
Keenan
I'm
Allen.
like from what I've seen, it's just like, man,
And I had no Keenan Allen.
that shit. I didn't either.
Donnie-
To add into that, I didn't have Keenan Allen either.
I'm gonna give Donnie his flowers. He's legit good. He's a good fantasy
He's in
player.
5 out of 8.
Oh, that's amazing.
finals.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. Like, you could be lucky, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
So shout out to Donnie. That's a hell of a year.
Donnie, I think like Donnie and Tank are legit. Like every time I play them, Tank used to be ass. Like Tank has gotten really good. Like every league I've played with Tank and Donnie in the past couple years, they've been pretty good. Like,
That's how I feel about Quaker. Like, he was ass, and now he's starting to pay more attention and getting better results.
Me and Donnie are always at the top of his 14-man league. Last year we had to play each other in the playoffs. I had mad injuries. He had the best team, and I still beat him. And then his league is this year an actual good team's gonna win. Like the top 4 teams were me. His dad was the only team in his 14-man league.
Oh.
The only team that should have made the top 4 that didn't was his dad. I beat his dad, but like the rest of all the teams that were in the top 4 were like really good. So whoever wins this year in his 14-man will be like deserving. Every year that I've been in it though, the one year I had the best team, I was either 1 seed or 2 seed. I lost to Bubba. Awful team, worst team I've ever seen to make the playoffs.
And week 17 are just the fucking weirdest weeks.
He wins the championship. 2 years ago, I lost to his uncle. His uncle had awful team. Didn't even have a winning record. Wins the championship.
That's horrible.
Last year, I beat Donnie somehow, even though Donnie had the best team, and then, or maybe last year his uncle won it. I'm just happy this year someone who's actually good is going to win Donnie's league because for the past 2 years it's just been it's been fucking unreal. This is like a fucking Emerge league too, and then we got to move on. 8-team league, 6 teams make the playoffs. Fucking, we lose to Tank Talk in the first round. This week we smack them. They shouldn't even have been in the playoffs. Whatever, dude. But I think the top 2 teams made it in that league too, so like everything fixed itself. But we had high points all year, and we just fucking lost first round of playoffs.
Listen to this, then we can move on.
All right.
So this is what I feel is every year, week 16, week 17. I don't know how it happens or why it happens. A team of Derek Carr, Breece Hall, Tyler Algier, Amari Cooper, George Pickens, Kyle Pitts, T. Higgins averaged 75.9 fantasy points per game over the course of the season. They scored 209.8 points this week.
It's gross.
Like, those are players that people use. Demond used Derek Carr and Breece Hall against me. People have Cooper. People have Pickens. People have Higgins and
Cooper
Pitts.
eats, though.
Cooper's all right. We benched him.
Yeah.
So either we suck or he doesn't eat that much.
I think
he's good, but he's not like an elite. He hasn't been
like
elite.
Joe Flacco got him going nuts.
Yeah.
That team averaged 75 points and scored 209. That's fantasy. That's what it says. It's fantasy football in a nutshell, but it needs to say it's fantasy playoffs in a nutshell because for some reason week 16 and 17 always are just wild. I've won with shitty teams in the playoffs, and I lose with my best teams. It never fails.
I told you my least scoring team is the only team going to the championship.
Yeah, it's unreal.
All right, so let's do these picks. I got to get out of here. Run your pool up.
Joe crushed this week, didn't he?
Yeah, Joe crushed. He won the week. Next year, let's definitely do like $5 each for the week or something.
Okay.
We could even add it up towards the
What are we doing?
not till next year, but like $5 a week.
Okay. That's fun.
So with adding the 9 picks, Joe is still in third. Harry, I was beating Harry for 2 weeks, and he came back, and now he's beating me again.
I'm on you guys though.
How far are you back?
There's
9 games.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks. That's tough.
Yeah.
What am I up by on you?
2.
That's gonna be close. I
Yeah.
want to pick all the teams you pick. Go ahead. Who you got?
No, fuck you. I was gonna do that this week. I was like, no, it's corny.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I like
I
that.
had 12 this week. That's fine.
I think we should start picking them day before. None of us are dickheads like
I
that.
picked the Patriots. You guys didn't. Remember you guys laughed at me?
Yeah, and you took the Ravens.
Yeah, and I took the Ravens.
He took the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's where I fucked
I
up.
took the Steelers.
Cardinals can't decide if they want to win or not.
He crushed. You took the Colts though.
I took the Colts.
All right, first Thursday. Oh, there's only one Thursday. There's one Saturday. All right, Thursday night game.
Browns.
Browns and Jets. I'm going Browns.
Simeon's
Wait,
gonna
come on.
die, and
Hold on.
Flacco's just playing too well. The game's gonna suck. I don't even want to watch it. I don't know. Flacco might be must-see TV though.
He is.
Like,
Flacco is the guy.
yeah, they're gonna smack the Jets shit.
I'll
I'll make all my picks first, so you can decide if you want to just take the
No,
opposite.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go with who I pick. If
It was
you end
only
up
one
winning,
game
you end up winning.
Saturday.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
one. It's a good one though.
Dallas Detroit.
Favored by 6.5. They're about to clap the line.
Dallas
Dude, Goff
is?
sucks on the road.
Yeah.
Dallas.
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 6.5.
The over-under's like
6.5.
53. It's about to be a fire-ass game.
I hope so. I'm picking Dallas though.
Them too.
Dak's got to get it together. I mean, to go from like one of the front runners for MVP to having the 2 games that he just had, no bueno. Colts Vegas, man. I'm going Vegas. The Colts I know usually don't play bad 2 weeks in a row, but dude, Antonio Pierce has got Vegas playing really well.
Yeah, shout out to
I mean,
Talk.
they
Go
didn't.
Col-
I mean,
go
their offense
Colts.
not.
I'm going to take the Colts
Oh,
and
for
bench
sure.
Devontae Adams in my third place game for DeAndre Swift versus Arizona. I don't even care.
I'm going Colts or Raiders.
That
There you
dude,
go,
that
that's a
dude
chance.
didn't throw the ball for like 3 quarters.
He didn't complete a pass for 3 quarters.
Yeah,
He threw the ball.
that shit don't win you football games, so Colts will win.
Indy's not the Chiefs though, man.
They're better. Better quarterback, better receivers.
Is Pittman playing?
They
Yeah, I
don't need
mean, he should. He almost cleared. He cleared concussion protocol, and then I don't know, looked up in the lights too fast or something, and went back into protocol.
Atlanta, Chicago. If Heineke plays, I want to say Chicago or Atlanta, but Chicago's been.
Dude, the
fucking-
Bears are nice. I hate to say
They're just
it,
a
the
second.
boys.
They just suck the first half, and Fields has to give them hope, so he gets a contract.
Their
and he
defense
plays
is playing well, though. I don't know. I just like the Bears to win.
I'll take the Falcons.
the Bears at home. Fuck, that's a tough one, man.
I wonder what the spread is. I might change
Bears
my
are
mind.
-3.
I'm gonna go the Bears.
Are they? I'm gonna take the
Chicago.
Falcons.
They're a second half team, man. Jacksonville, Carolina. Jacksonville has to win this
Yeah, that's
game.
how I feel.
Yeah, it's only -2.5.
I can't believe they still have the division.
Who's
it's only
minus
-2.5.
It was 6.5.
It's 7. It's 7. It's 7. It's 7.
I would say if it was 2.5, that means Lawrence is just ruled out now. And I'd still take the Jags. Josh Allen's going to kill Bryce Young.
Yeah, he is.
New
3
Orleans,
picks.
Tampa Bay.
This is your chance.
You're taking New Orleans?
Yeah.
Really?
It just all the hype's on the Bucks and Baker, and I just know how this shit's going to
No,
play
I'm
out.
taking Tampa Bay. I
I know.
think, dude, Mike Evans is unreal.
Oh, when the Saints come marching in.
Thank God Derek Carr's about to get me a meal.
I'm taking the Bucks.
Taking the Bucks.
They're fucking dead. I don't know why they're -3, which is fine, right?
Yeah, it's a division game.
It's a division. It's a normal spread, but I know the public's hammering the Bucks. They're the hottest team in the league.
And
Who there
they
said they gonna beat
suck.
them Saints? Didn't the Bucks already smack the Saints in New Orleans?
Did they? Oh, look.
I'm going Bucks regardless. Philly, Arizona. You got to go Philly there.
Yeah, 26-9. Tampa went to New Orleans and won.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're gonna smack them.
Actually, it's a lock.
Yeah, actually, I'm switching to the
No.
Saints. It's too late. I'm on
I'll
the
take the
Saints.
Eagles by 40. They're finally gonna have a big game.
The shit San Fran's gonna do to Washington, though,
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be
I can't
bad.
even say on air.
If Brees Hall got 40, I won't be sad. What I tell you, McCaffrey's got to get 67, or I won't be happy with his game. Brees Hall got 40. He's got to double that shit. He's got to get 80.
I got to go against Christian McCaffrey in the championship. I'm dead.
that
I
hurts.
know.
You got to hope that they crush. For some reason, McCaffrey only gets 20,
Elijah Mitchell
25,
steals the
and then they
touchdowns.
rest them because it's 41-0, and somehow McCaffrey only got
I need
20
Mike Evans
points.
to keep eating. He's been carrying me through the playoffs. Rams, Giants. I'm going to go the Rams.
Easy.
I have a funny feeling about that, but I love the Rams are my my dark horses. I've been saying. So
They're just a complete team now, dude.
if Tyrod's in, I mean they can. Dude, he was throwing buckets.
He only throws buckets.
Dude, it's nuts.
Tyrod,
The Rams are -6.
Tyrod
Yeah.
and Jameis Winston, 2 backups that you want. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tyrod just all he does is drop buckets.
All right, this is your chance.
Buffalo, New England. There's no way you're about to take New England.
Where's
That should be
Buffalo? The line's not even up.
It's gonna be 18.
Take New England, dude.
I can't.
Dude, why
Come
is
on.
there no line for this
I
game?
gave
Oh, there
you
it is.
Dallas when I knew you guys would beat them.
I don't know. The line's kind of sketchy. 8.
Well, they beat you, and they are playing
It's
well.
12, motherfucker. It's
It's
12.
the same thing.
No, it ain't.
8 and 12's the same.
I'm
Unless they
taking
went by
Buffalo.
10.
I'm taking Buffalo, but I might take New England spread
Why?
just because.
You guys want to wreck them Diggs? 9 in the third
You're gonna be
place game.
so sick, huh?
9 for 205 and 3
You're gonna be
touchdowns.
sick.
It's gonna be awesome. But hey, maybe that'll help us in the
Yeah.
FFPC.
Tennessee and Houston.
Is Stroud back?
What? He got a concussion, right?
Give me
He's concussed
Houston.
as fuck though.
There's like
He's
2
gotta
games he's
play.
been out. Give me Houston.
I'm taking Houston. He's got to play. They got to play out. They have playoffs on the line. It's been
We're
2
all
weeks.
on Houston. Give me the Titans, man.
You're taking the Titans?
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's a weird
I'm about
spread.
to eat, bro. What's the spread?
3.5.
But they don't even know if CJ Stroud's playing. Once
If
CJ
Stroud
Stroud's
plays,
announced-
it's over for Houston.
all right. I'm about to eat.
Here's another chance for you too.
I might take second in
You
this
said we're
shit.
going to Salvatore's?
Fins up.
You wildin'.
They're beating Baltimore.
They're going to get smacked.
No.
Okay.
We can personally bet this game.
No, I'll bet with Vegas.
Baltimore.
Baltimore 3.5.
What do you mean? It's the top 2 teams in the league.
They just beat the
Baltimore's
shit out of San
favorite
Fran.
on the road?
It's in Baltimore.
Oh, it's in Baltimore.
That's
That's
the
scary.
normal spread.
They'd be favored by 3 in Miami. That's why it don't make sense.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, Miami, all I ever hear is Miami don't beat no good teams, and they only beat Dallas because Dallas is worse at beating good teams.
You hear that from us, not from Vegas.
Yeah, give me Baltimore.
Fins up.
Yeah, Baltimore.
You guys just want Baltimore, and I understand it's your last chance.
They just They just beat the best team
I
in
know,
the
now they're
league.
going to be hungover from it. We're the best. They had the underdog chip on their shoulder. Marlon Humphrey said we were getting 5.5. He said we were pissed off about that. Now, guess what? Now they're going to feel good about themselves. Tyreek Hill's pissed off now.
Bro.
Fins up, man. You guys want it. I get it.
That's not the only. I do, but that's not the only reason why.
You guys
They just
lose the
played-
division on Sunday.
They just played Dallas in like 1-2. Baltimore
know.
just went in and fucking
Must see
Thank
TV. Bills
you.
Miami for the division. That sounds good to me.
yeah, dude.
Give me Baltimore.
Good night.
Baltimore.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
be
a 1
catching
o'clock
up.
game. That's what's crazy. They couldn't
catching up.
fix it. You got a lot of L's this week.
No else.
I'm about to
I'm gonna go
jump you.
perfect. I might have to put $5 on this.
I'm about to start putting $1 every week on the teams.
You guys both had Dallas last week, too, actually.
Yeah.
That was cute.
You guys both had the Bengals. You
That
guys
made,
both had San Fran.
that was made
That was
sense.
cute.
Those made sense.
That was cute.
You had the Patriots and shit.
Yeah, you guys both had Denver.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Seattle, Pittsburgh. I'm taking Seattle.
Who you taking?
Damn, we're,
Pittsburgh.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
me
too.
and you are about to go at it.
Dude,
this
the
week,
defensive
man.
line's going to kill Geno. And if Mason Rudolph's playing right, if Pickett's playing, I'll change my shit. But Mason Rudolph's him. That boy came out there and cooked.
I'm taking Seattle.
Now I'm going Pittsburgh no matter what.
KC, Bengals. I'm taking KC.
Yeah, that's easy.
What about you?
Oh, Kansas City.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got to.
Damn, I'm picking a lot of home teams this week. And then Minnesota, Green Bay. You're taking Minnesota.
Yeah, they don't got Addison or Hawkinson, and they're favored with Nick Mullins. So I'm going Minnesota.
What's the spread?
They're
2.5.
-2. I just don't see why
At
they're
home?
favored. Without Hawkinson, Addison, Kirk Cousins. Like, I just don't see.
I'll take the
Watson
Packers.
and them are still not playing.
I don't know.
I'm gonna take the Packers.
It won't change the spread that much, though, because they realize Jordan Love's that good. Bo Melton or Christian Watson, they'll do whatever they got to do with Jordan Love.
What's your
With
over-unders?
the playoffs on the line, man.
46.
I don't know how
I'm
to
doing
take
52.
here.
Go Pack, go. I'll be a
taking the
real
Packers.
fan this week.
I'm taking the Packers.
Let's get it.
I'm going to say
How many we got different?
41. We have a lot different this week. Whoever wins this week wins.
How many we have, though? We have the Colts,
We have the Colts different.
Saints, Titans,
You took
Dolphins,
Atlanta or you took
Steelers.
Chicago?
We got 6 different. I took Chicago.
6 different. This is the biggest different
If you
week
guys
that we've
split
had.
As long as we go like 3-3, we're good. I just can't go 1-5. If I go 2-4, we're tied. Fins up.
Go Pack, go.
I'm about to
Skull.
smoke your shit.
Skull.
I mean, I hope I lose that game,
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like a.
Jordan Love will carve their shit. no
All
matter
right,
what.
peace.
You know what I mean?
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
Trapnerd Sports.
We gotta
Trapnerd.
find some hosts for the next 2 weeks, man.
Why?
Some
'Cause I'm
hoes or a
going-
host.
Both. I'm going on vacation.
Just do
Where you
Skype.
going?
I'm going to Charlotte, Charleston, and then on a cruise.
Who you going with?
My
I'll ask you
family.
after.
All right, guys. Appreciate you for listening. Trapnerd Sports
See you in a few
everywhere.
weeks for the playoffs.
I'm gonna try and get some hosts of these fucking bum ass dudes.
I can't be here without Duke.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Peace.